So, kind of like you were saying last week, Andy, I think Henry is in a mission for Mr. Nobody, right? Because
I mean, I guess.
this last week, he had to go briefly, like, abruptly. Like, I gotta go, and he's not here this week. What's he doing, man? Is he with Kurt
I
Russell?
don't know.
Scott Eastwood this time around? What's
I
going
don't know, man. Oh yeah, I forgot he was in this movie.
Come on, he's that forgettable character in the movie.
I mean, Scott Eastwood's he's kind of a forgettable actor.
Oh, I would love to.
I prefer his dad. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I don't think a lot of people were going to dispute on that, but oh no, man. We'll talk about Scotty's, but man, where's Henry? Is he in Russia trying to stub a sub?
Oh man, where's he at, man?
I don't know. I think he's just hanging out with Dom and the crew. He has a secret life that we don't know. Apparently, we're not too cool to hang out with.
I know, right?
I don't know. He's like, I gotta go. I gotta do some stuff.
Maybe he just didn't want to talk about this movie.
yeah, probably. He was like,
which movie is it?
Next week. I'll catch you guys next week.
Nah, I'm good.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sebastián Sierra. Welcome to another episode of The Road to Fast 9 here on Out of the Movies. I got a good friend, Andrew Stuttle. How you doing today?
Absolutely great. Absolutely great, man.
Absolutely great.
Happy to be here.
As you saw in the intro, Henry could not be here with us. He has some stuff to do. Apparently, he is in a mission with Mr. Nobody, so he will be back next week. Hopefully, he'll be back next week. But I do have his review. We have his review right here. So at the end, we'll see what his thoughts were on this movie. But yes, this week we're talking the last of the family movies before the new one, Fate of the Furious. And this was an interesting movie because, kind of like I told you last week, it's funny how we ended things last week.
That's how I feel about it. Interesting.
But like, because last week the movie ended, in a nice, kind of neat bow. Like, oh man, family's important. Family is great. We love being together. Brian will be with us forever. And this next movie is like, throw that shit out the window. Is the family together anymore? Is the family gonna be broken? Is Dom evil? Ooh, it's like, god damn. I mean, can we not have waited at least one more movie before we throw that plot around? Because damn, we ended things so nicely last movie. So, fuck it. The family might not be even a thing anymore. Okay, that's where we're going with this movie. I mean, wow. As we know, this movie came out in 2017, directed by F. Gary Gray. We'll talk about his direction a little bit. But Andy, what was your experience with the Fate of the Furious? What were your expectations on it before you in your first time around, and what were your thoughts on this movie?
Oh boy, okay.
Fresh take.
So I thought we were done after 7. Originally, back in the day, I was like, oh, okay, well, that seems like they're done. Next thing I know, I see a trailer for Fast 8, and I'm like, sure, I'll go watch it in the theater. $5 Tuesday, let me go check it out. I remember lying to myself. I was like, that was okay. That was okay. And then I thought about it some more after a couple days, and I was like, oh, that movie kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I remember the only thing I liked about this movie, walking out of it, was, well, F. Gary Gray tried.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was cool.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Man, I kind of the same boat as you when I first saw this movie, because Fury 7 was a great movie. I remember enjoying it in theaters, and when they announced they were gonna do another movie, I was
like, really? Really?
I was interested. I was like, oh, this is interesting to see how they're going to continue this franchise without Paul Walker.
Now we know what the reason why they did it. We know the motherfucking reason why they did it.
Yeah.
They saw that $1 billion in the box office and they said,
hell yeah.
Oh, done, huh? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I forgot. Yeah, like the 7th movie was
$1 billion, and this one too. They got $1 billion out of it too.
Oh,
they were like, oh shit.
I remember that. But yeah, I remember Fury 7 like broke records. Like, holy shit, this is like one of the most profitable movies in history. I remember, right? It was like, oh shit, it's a top $10 billion at the time.
Oh yeah, lots of money.
Shit, I made a lot of money. So of course, it was like, all right, we got a lot more stuff to do. We're gonna continue this, and I was interested. New director. Because we know F. Gary Gray did Straight Outta Compton, which I did like the movie at the time. I really liked the movie.
Friday as well.
Classic
as well. Director.
So, trying to see how he's going to tackle this franchise was interesting to me. Like, okay, let's see how this goes. Paul Walker's not here with us anymore, so it'll be interesting to see if it works out. And these different angles, like, oh, Jason Statham might be in the team? What? Dominic Toretto's evil? What? I was like, oh, shit. Oh, this movie. I was like, this movie was interesting to me, and when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck did I just saw? This is some bullshit. I did not like the movie. I didn't hate it. I was like, wow, I don't like this movie. And it might change now, but for a long time, this was my least favorite of the whole franchise. I was like, fuck this shit. Not including Hobbs and Shaw, maybe that's different, but not including that movie, Fate of the Furious was my least favorite. I was like, this movie is just not working out. It didn't work out in any way or fashion. Maybe some things here and there were cool, but I thought it was a misfire. Did not work for me. But even this week, I was just not completely excited rewatching the movie because I've only seen it maybe 2 times in my lifetime, and I didn't even watch it again. I was like,
more than I did. Wow.
I was like, the second time I watched it, guys like, oh, the family wants to watch it. Let's go watch it. I was like, all right, because the first time I saw it by myself, I'm like, all right, let's go watch it. And yeah, I don't think this movie catched on with a lot of people. I don't think it did. I think that people kind of forget about this movie. Kind of.
I feel like people were trying to be nice when they reviewed this. They were like,
yeah,
it's fun. It's good.
I'm surprised. A lot of people did not like this movie because I thought it was in the minority, and I kept reading things online like, yeah, Fate of the Furious. It's not for me. I'm like, oh shit. And I heard it. You didn't like it. I heard Henry didn't like it either at the time. So I was like, oh shit, I'm not in the minority anymore. I thought I was like alone on this. I thought people loved this movie, but no, apparently people did not love this movie at all. Maybe there's some minority that did love the movie, but it just didn't work out for me at the time. But I was semi-eager to watch this movie, but at the same time was not super interested or excited about it. But it's like, fuck it. Let's go watch this movie. And there's some things we're going to talk about in this movie. It's very, very interesting. So let's just get to it, man. Let's just get to it. And even for this week, it didn't feel like a Corona type of movie to drink.
No, I got my drinking already done.
I'm out. It's like, it didn't feel like a Corona kind of week for me. I was like,
no,
kind of movie.
That's not in this movie either. And if it is, I missed it.
I think it was maybe at the end.
Did they? I did not notice it if they did.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't even. Yeah, I don't think it's in this movie again. Just, is that a good thing or I don't know. We'll see. But let's just get straight to this movie because, man, we kick off things in Havana, Cuba, which is interesting. Like, oh shit, we've never been to Cuba before. We've been to Miami. There's a lot of Cubans in that movie, the second movie, but we're not in Cuba per se, so that's interesting. Kind of the song that we mentioned off camera, like there's a J Balvin with Pitbull song I've never heard before. He just kicked off the movie with that song. Like, oh shit, J Balvin.
They were like, we don't want Camila Cabello in here. Get her the fuck out of here.
Because you said the song as well. I was like, oh, we'll put J Balvin and Pitbull, and that's cool. I was like, oh shit, all right. Rewatching it, I forgot this song was in the movie. Like,
oh, it was a hit. I remember everybody was like, I love this song, man.
Really?
It's great.
I never heard the song before.
Got a lot of views on YouTube, man. A lot.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I missed it somehow. I have no idea.
Probably not. I don't think it got radio play though. I don't think so. Not over here.
But I was interesting. I was like, oh, like Pitbull and J Balvin are in a song. When did I not hear this song? I was surprised.
Because you forgot about this movie.
Yeah, right. I forgot about that. So it was cool. It's also surprising to see how the credits have Jason Statham as the third or fourth billing. Kind of tells you how this movie is gonna be, as we see.
Oh,
Jason Statham is like the main cast. Okay, that's interesting. And interesting also to see that Dago and Don Omar are in the credits. They're like they're not like, oh, it's a hidden cameo. It's like, no, they're in the movie.
Yeah.
From the get-go that they're in the movie. Like, okay, we'll see that. It's nice to see that returning after 2 movies. We didn't see them, so that was cool. And of course, we get the typical party scenes in this franchise, but this time they're in Cuba. They're dancing the streets, women looking sexy and shit, art everywhere. So it's like it's not too out of the realm of possibility because the Caribbean people.
From what I understand, they shot this on location too. Like Vin Diesel was making
a
big deal out of it. He was like, "Hey, we're here." Look at how beautiful it is.
I remember
Most of it wasn't
was shot. I think a lot of stuff was shot in like on location because I even saw some scenes in the movie. I never been to Cuba, but I was like, oh shit, I think this looks pretty accurate. I think they're in Cuba, so I was like, that's kind of cool. But so like seeing these people parties, not too like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like, nah, I think it's got a possibility. The character.
We're not there yet. It's fine.
Yeah. But it's like, it's cool. And then we see like Dom and Letty having a good time, talking to people, because apparently they talk to everyone everywhere they go. They know
apparently
they know everyone there. They're talking to this random dude with his car in the hood. I'm like, what the hell is this? Talking to like, oh, my dad passed me this. It was my grandfather. It was my brothers. I'm like, how do you know these people? I don't know. It was cool. It's like I would say if Dom speaks to me in Spanish, I'd be like, huh? Yeah, that was you tried, because I would not understand anything he said. Because when he spoke Spanish in the scene, I was like,
oh, it wasn't accurate. It wasn't what he said.
It was good. It's just like I could not understand him. I would be like, if I did not read the subtitles, I'd be like, what did he say?
I was wondering about that. I was like, so did he like say what he was saying? Subtitles?
I think he said it well. It's just like the way he pronounced things, and of course the tone of his voice is barely understandable. Like, what the hell? So if I spoke to him in person, if I spoke to Dom in person without subtitles, I'd be like, what the hell did he just say?
In reality, he's like, I am Groot.
Yeah, like, oh, sure, Dom, whatever you said. I didn't understand that. So that was, I mean, if it's hard to understand in his native language, you know, it's going to be difficult to speak, maybe understand in Spanish. So I was like, okay, he tried. That's cool. So then we meet Dom's cousin, Fed, who Cuban. I'm like, oh, okay. So this Toretto family's very diverse because, you know, there's Cuban Torettos. There's, I guess, whatever Dom is. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We have no idea what he is.
We have no idea
what
he is. So maybe he's Cuban. I don't know.
This is Brazil.
This is Brazil. I was like, okay, so he has a cousin. That's cool. I mean, I found it weird how, like, he was talking to his dealer in English, you know, his cousin. Was like, I hate when they do that in movies. It's like, oh, we're in this other country, but we're speaking English to each other. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Come on.
Inconsistency in a movie.
You
want consistency, I see.
It's stupid. It's like the scene previously, this dude who's in the hood of the car was talking to Dom in Spanish, and these two dudes are speaking English to each other. I'm like, what the hell? That's stupid. But I love how the movie starts with a race in 6 minutes. We're there. We're in. It's like, we have a race. I'm like, oh shit. So I will say I love how they go almost to the roots, because this whole sequence before the race felt like, I don't know, like I was watching Too Fast and Furious or the first movie. It's almost like that.
Oh,
it's just
boy.
Like, we're not in big bombastic action yet. We're just in this racing event, and we're just talking and hanging out when people are dancing and shit. So it's almost like they were kind of going back to the roots for a little bit. That was kind of cool. But the difference, I didn't get the difference, but like, what's the difference between quote unquote quarter mile and a Cuban mile? I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Was that something he said? I missed
that. Because he told Dom, he's like, oh, you know, I know you do the quarter mile, but in here we do a Cuban mile. I was like, what?
I guess that's supposed to be a play on words.
I guess because
I don't know. That was it. Okay.
Cuba's different, I guess. Like, Cuba is like,
I mean, I guess other countries do it. I don't know. I feel like I think
they do kilometers, right? They don't do miles in Cuba. I don't think so. I think it's
but it should be all the same. I don't know.
I don't know. But he's like,
why are you making me thinking shit?
I think it's just in Cuba we do things differently. You know, you haven't met us. And I also love how they kept going this theme. Like when the lady says, "Oh, we have Cuban Nas." Like, what is the difference between?
That made me burst out. I was like, really? What's the
difference? It's you found Nas in Cuba. What's the difference? I don't know. But I was like, okay, what are the differences in this? I don't know. But just like, I want to speak briefly on this, but like, I like the little interactions that we saw with Dom and his cousin. You know, I like seeing Dom as like this older relative who's had to take care of his kid, you know, taking care of his shit, his troubles and problems that he's doing. And the Fed is just like this kid who's learning, like, oh, I'm not as experienced as you, Dom. And so I like seeing that stuff, teaching him the ropes, a little bit. The whole time he's like, hey, you got to do this, you got to learn to do that. I'll teach you how to do that. I'll take care of your problems. I like seeing that. Like, what you thought of this cousin character? Did you like this cousin character?
From what we got to see from him, I was like, he's cool. I mean, in general, this scene is really good. It's a really good race. It's a good scene in general.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get to really know him per se, but from what the actor was given,
yeah,
he did a decent job. I mean, there's a couple things that annoy me about the scene. I was like, okay, what? Cuban nuts, and I was like, wait, why is he tearing apart the car, and why does that make a difference? Oh no, I'm thinking, oh no, no, don't make me think, movie, don't do this.
Right in the bat is like, this movie's making me think, not too much as previous movies, but still, I'm like,
but I'm willing to go with this movie. Okay, all right,
yeah,
this is
like,
a cool race.
Still making me, it's like, this movie's not, all right, I'm following it. It's not making me think too much, but it's like, all right, there's some things I took note, but I did like the character. I did love that they expanded on the Toretto family for a little bit. Like, oh, there's a cousin we never heard of before.
Like, we never met him.
Kind of cool, and I think the actor was fine. It's just, man, I mean, talk about a small role. I mean, they left his ass in Cuba.
They're like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's good to see you, cousin Toretto. We're done. Bye. Like, okay.
Basically, they're like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, like,
you don't even come up later.
Yeah, it's like, he never comes back in the movie. Like, all right. I mean, they did the race. He was in the race, and he's done. All right. Well,
yay. He got me my new car. Yay.
Yeah, like, yeah, I got a new car. Yay. I was like, it's what it is. I also love seeing that Dominic Toretto he's not only Batman's franchise, he's also MacGyver, because he comes up with some this car. He's like, all right, I know how to use a tin can opener from a Coca-Cola can. I'm gonna put it here on the engine, the sauce.
Oh my god!
Like, what the hell? I was like, I don't know. I'm not a gear guy, so I don't know if this is a thing. But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if this is a thing, because I was like, okay.
Probably not, but I'm sure they saw that. They saw that in a movie or a video game or something. They were like, dude, you can do that.
I would not be surprised if somebody after this movie tried to do that. I was like, oh shit, like, this works. Maybe I can put the tin can over here and make it work. I don't think it works, but
I don't think so. No,
it is what it is, and I love how, just like MacGyver, he has to work with what he has. He has a shitty ass car, the shittiest car in Cuba apparently, and he just makes it work. I was like, no, there's not even an engine apparently, and he just still makes it work. So I was like, okay, it's cool. I mean, it's funny, it's cool, it's ridiculous, but it's like, all right, apparently Dom knows how to improvise and shit. That's what he is. That's cool. And I also love seeing Dom and Lace's relationship, or at least for these first few minutes. They have much better chemistry than most.
God, way better.
I'm like, wow, I actually like seeing it together, and they are believable for the most part.
I hope you like that scene.
Yeah, right.
I hope you like that scene. I hope you really like it.
I hope you enjoy it, because it's not coming back for like at least the end of the movie, right? About that. So that's what it is. But what do you think of the race? Like, I thought you liked the race, right?
Oh, thank you for asking me, because now I can mention a couple things here. Okay. I hope people understand you can fucking absolutely not do anything in this race at all, because at one point the engine starts burning up, which is obviously CGI when you see it. It is like, okay, that's the only bad looking thing about this scene. And a couple times when I was watching the scenes with Vin Diesel, I can't believe I forgot his name already. How could I forget that bald little beautiful head?
Dominic Toretto.
It obviously looked like he was not in there. It was a stunt double occasionally. I was like,
dude, the stunt double.
Okay, I'm rolling with it. This is a fun scene. It feels like F. Gary Gray was like, okay, so before we get to the spy shit, I'm gonna make this really cool race scene, because you guys like the cars, right? Okay, this is fun. And I will admit, it was fun, like them stopping the cars, like, no, with the motorcycles. I was like, okay, that's a cool new little twist. You're like, right? Okay, you're establishing that, this is like, they're stopping people. It's like regulated, and they make it safe. They were like, okay,
exactly. We never seen
all
that
right.
before. It's like, oh, that's
It's like,
cool.
okay, all right. So you guys have rules to this. I mean, it gets a little fucking ridiculous that the car is basically on fire, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you can't do that in real life, right? Okay, all right, good. But I love that at the end of the race, everybody's like, "Yeah, you won!" He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way!" The car is on fire. I'm like, "Why aren't you people moving? Move! The car is on fire. Move! Stop!"
It's there's a lot of stuff from that. Fine. Yeah, the race was good. I actually
Good though. It's good. It's good. I liked it.
it was very, for the most part, it was practical. Cars were on the road. I mean, I always do some stuff with like Dom is like in a green screen. I mean, duh, it's very obvious. A lot of stuff was practical. I did like it. I mean, speaking of stunt doubles, man, the stunt double for the cousin, bro, he did not look like the character.
Those were the more obvious ones. I was like, "Ooh,
so obvious." I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't have the same body type as the actor. So I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. But I was like, all right, cool, he's there. But I did like Kelly mentioned that aspect of like the two of them and the other two guys trying to stop in the traffic, interfere with the traffic. Because we see even from what was it, the first movie, or was it
they had made an attempt to do that in the first movie.
mean,
they were like, "Hey, pizza boy, stop!
Yeah, it was still.
Oh, come over here."
That's true, and we saw that even like was in the second movie. We saw like people put in like stop like signs on the road, like, oh, there's construction, maintenance on the road, that. But like actual people driving and like in the middle of traffic, like, holy shit, stop! I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. So I like that stuff. I also love Dom when he says like, all right, Buster, almost like like we used to call Brian. So like, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, the racing stuff was cool. It was competent. It's not a lot of CGI. It's pretty well done. It's, I think, one of the best of since Tokyo Drift. Maybe it's not a big competition, but it's one of the best.
I mean, it's not big competition here.
Yeah, I think
not many races going on.
Right? I think it's the best since Tokyo Drift, maybe. I guess.
Best looking? Yeah, I would.
I think it's the best
to an extent. Yeah.
I think it's the best one. So I did like it, but yeah, I mean, holy shit, the finale, his car's burning. I mean,
at that point, it's like, okay, dude, you gotta have a fire suit on. You can't be doing that in real life like that.
Holy shit! And then driving, and I wish Henry was here for this review, because once he did that driving backwards thing, I thought of Henry immediately.
I was like, I don't give a shit if you're using NOS. You cannot do that. That's not how that works.
That is not real. You can't drive backwards like that. It's like, oh, I wish Henry was there for that. But it was crazy. He's him just driving backwards, fast and furiously. Like, it was ridiculous. But also, what I dislike about what they do in movies is like when they're in a country in South America or Asian countries, or in this case, the Caribbean, it's like they show people, I don't know, it's like they're so knit close with each other, like the whole community's there together, which is a thing. I mean, in Puerto Rico,
yeah,
you see that, but it's like, I just sometimes think these movies take it to an ridiculous level. Like, oh, they're all together, there's children here, but they're watching these racing, and I mean, it's kind of believable. But I hate when there's like, they're all celebrating. They're like, Dom, yay! And then a swarm of children just hug Dom, like, yay! It's Dominic Toretto, yay!
Vin Diesel, yay!
Right? It's like, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, they got that Netflix show, man. So,
I guess they're like, he's
I don't know.
Now, yay! I just thought, no, man, I hate when they do that shit in movies. Like, oh, they're in this different country and everybody's cheering for this guy who just came out of nowhere. Yay! It's like, whatever. And everybody's enjoying this racing event. But even I love how people cheer. Even his cousin gets this new car. Everybody's like, yay! He got a new car! Yay!
Well, that was the stupidest thing ever.
It's so dumb, and everybody's surrounding, like when they're like Dom's confronting this guy that he raced. Everybody's like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen? Ooh, they're gonna fight. Are they gonna fight?" I'm like, but I I love how nobody is outraged for him for throwing this car through the ocean. He entire car in the
Fuck the
ocean.
environment, man.
Fuck the environment, man. He just threw it there. He's like, fuck it. And everybody's like, yeah.
You guys got fire extinguishers, right?
Everybody's just having fun. Like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I know how people will be excited for like a burning car because I would be like, oh shit, this car's burning. That's crazy. But throwing to the ocean, no one says anything. Everybody's like, yay, it's so fun. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I'll be pissed. I'm like, get your fucking car out of here. What the hell? I mean, the police are nowhere to be found either. The police are never there. No one's interfered with anything.
They don't conveniently exist until we're in America, apparently. They're like, nah, not in Cuba. Nah.
I was like,
nah, we don't exist.
That's part of the last part of the culture. Racing. Like, what? It's I mean, I get it. I get that Dom had to do what he had to do, you know. He had to throw the car in the ocean because, you know, people would have died. But nobody's pissed off about that shit. I would have been pissed off. Like, what the hell, man?
No, he's the hero, man. We got to be with him.
And we see him leave at the end with Lady's like, oh, Lady, oh, yeah, another day in the life, right? And they just walk away like, are you fucking
It's because I'm bulging and beautiful.
Right? And I'll be like, no,
maybe
no,
it's Maybelline.
I'm like, no, Mr. Toretto, what the hell? You better come back. What the hell did you do? I don't know. It's ridiculous.
You know what you're doing? You're thinking. That's what you're doing. You're thinking.
I gotta think. I gotta think. But it's so ridiculous. And I also love how Letty foreshadows this movie when she mentions, "Hey, you want a kid, Dom?"
That part.
You know where this is going.
I was like, I mean, it's an okay dialogue set piece, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
like, okay, it makes sense, I guess. And then I'm like, once we get to that point, I'm like, oh, that's what that means.
It's like, it's true. I mean, for that scene, it makes sense, you know, because they're in the honeymoon, they're thinking about their future. But it's
like, oh, okay.
It's heavily implying what's going to happen in the movie. And I'm like, oh.
A child?
Yes, a child.
The child. Bring me the child.
Mr. Toretto. Big Toretto. Oh, God. And then we're introduced to this lady that Dom sees when Dom is buying a loaf of bread and a bag of something else. He was just shopping. And, you know, we hear this car's having trouble. So, of course, Dom speaks car, so he knows how to fix it.
What? What? Who's this woman we're talking about?
The woman with the dreads, with the, you know.
Don't remind me already. I'm sorry. Continue. Do your thing. Do your thing. Let's talk about this, I guess.
Like, of course, you know, Dom speaks car. He knows how to fix it. He's like, hey. He's like, a car's in trouble. I must fix it. So, like, you know, that initial exchange between the two of them is like,
it was fine at first. It was like,
fine,
okay.
but Dom's line about, must be casual Friday. Like,
yeah, that was not a well written line.
Yeah, right. Must be casual Friday. Oh,
like, oh, hopefully you guys can get this part over. Oh, she's staying. Okay,
it's not the best, but I was like, all right. But wait, she knows Dom. Oh, da, da, da. And of course, we meet the character of Cypher, who, I mean,
thanks for reminding me about her name. I just thought she was
scene.
Charlize Theron. I don't know who the fuck she was.
She's Cypher. She's super hacker extraordinaire. And this scene, dude, they mentioned the word fate for like 3 times. I'm like,
well, yeah, they got to remind you what movie you're watching, man.
Yeah, it's like the fate, and I was like, I choose my fate. I'm like, oh, well, I know.
So,
I know the movie. I know the movie that we're watching. Thank you. Like, oh, God, it's like the fate, and like she brings something that obligates him to become evil. What is it? Ooh, we don't know. But I mean, do you like that? This early on in the movie, they show Dom is forced to be evil instead of just keeping it a secret. Because I would have liked if they don't show us this early on that Dom is forced to be bad. I know why they're doing that, because they want us to know, wait, is Dom bad guy? No, don't worry. Dom's still a good guy. He's forced to be a bad guy in this movie. Don't worry about it. He's still a good guy. So bluffed and they did not show that so early on. I mean, of course, we know he's not going to be a bad guy. It's Dominic Toretto. We know he's not going to be a bad guy, but at least try to hide the fact that he's not going to be a bad guy, or he's forced to this early on. Did you like this early on? This
No.
thing?
Let me answer the question already, damn it. No.
Secret.
No, that scene was corny, not in a good way, like in the old movies. It was just corny in the worst possible ways. Like I was watching a bad 80s action flick that was like, you're gonna have to do this now. And Charlize Theron. I don't give a shit if I'm saying her name wrong at this point right now.
Yeah, it's Theron, right? Or Theron?
Oh, however you say her name. I've liked her in movies. I'm like, okay, she's cool.
Yeah.
Here, in this scene alone. Okay, can I just say, who told her that her hairstyle would look cool? Who told her that? Can somebody tell me in the audience?
What is up with her?
What was she like? Oh, I'm killing this hairstyle. I'm like, that's cool. You look cool, Shuffle.
I guess the typical tourist thing is like, oh, I'm in Cuba.
I guess it's heavily implied.
I was like, I'm just, I'm on the beach, whatever. But
Like, okay. You're going with that the whole movie?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And I don't think she's ever done this in any other movie, not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
So
no.
So like, who told her this was she's supposed to be smart and a hacker type?
Yeah, I guess I think her character's she's like this young, not I mean
implied, I guess,
20s,
yeah.
But she's this semi-young hacker. She's hip and cool, but she's also a threat. She's bad.
This is what she is to me.
Ruthless.
But to technically answer your question, no, I did not find the scene good. I guess Vin Diesel was trying to act. They were acting off of each other. I thought it was stupid how it's like, oh, you're missing a car part. And she's like, you see, Dom, I have it in my hand. You have 24 hours to respond to my... That's how it felt to me. I was like,
yeah,
this feels forced. It doesn't feel like you guys are genuinely trying. There's no chemistry here. No. I guess there's a fake chemistry at first. It's like, oh, okay, well, Dom's just trying to help. Okay.
Yeah, Dom's trying.
Then once that's revealed, it's like, this feels fake. I don't feel like you guys are trying. This is a transaction. Was this the first take? Because it feels like it. Okay.
Maybe. But yeah, okay. So, but what do you think of the character? Let's just talk about it right now. What do you think of the character and Charlize in the whole movie? This character.
I mean, she tried.
Oh man, Cypher, bro. I mean, it's interesting because she is the first, and I appreciate to say this. She's the first female villain, and is still the only female villain of this franchise because there's no female villains in the next movie, and maybe Fast 9, maybe. Well, we'll talk about that. I'm not getting too far ahead, but she is the first female villain, which is crazy to say that, but that's cool. And they have a great actor like Charlize Theron. She's a pedigree. She's an A-list actor. She's incredible. Furiosa. She's she did Monster. She did incredible role. She's fantastic. In this movie, did not work for me.
In this particular film,
did not work for me. Man, she did fine.
Yeah, you're being nice.
I'm like,
I see you want to be nice.
Sometimes she did try. Sometimes maybe she didn't care. I think sometimes I can tell I don't think she cared. But I don't like the whole tone of her character in the entire movie. Just I talk like this. I'm evil. You gotta do what I say.
Evil. That's a nice word to use.
Because like she's also this calm and collected character.
Is that really what she's supposed to be? Because
I guess
to me, I was like, you make Johnny Tran look evil because you just. I guess you're acting. I don't. Maybe they just didn't give her any good dialogue to work with because every piece of dialogue she said in the movie, I was like. And to give her some credit, there later on in the scene where there's the big reveal, I'm like, okay, you're threatening here. Why am I not getting this the rest of the movie? What the hell is going on? Why is the rest of the movie you're like, I am a hacker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm chill because I'm always ahead of everyone. Oh, God. And even when she threats people, it still doesn't. I don't feel anything. I don't care.
And don't get me wrong, it's not good, but it's better.
Right.
It's better.
Like, I mean, she is clever in some plans, but I even think her character in a lot of scenes, she is stupid. She's smart, but she's also very dumb. And I'll bring them up. She's dumb.
I don't know who to blame here. Do I blame the writer? I can't blame F. Gary Gray because he's getting good shots out of her for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the shots themselves look fine.
I think it's just the character is not very well done. And I think Charlize is directed in a way that she has to be this very monotone way.
Which yes, yeah.
Could work if it's written better or maybe done a little bit better, but just didn't work for me. I just don't care about this character. But she also annoyed the fuck out of me in this movie. It's like, wow, he needs to stop. And sometimes I did like when she gets frustrated at the movie. She gets really frustrated.
Okay, that was funny. I was like, okay, now you're acting all of a sudden.
She's like, she's frustrated. But the whole time, the rest, like the movie, I just didn't care about. I just didn't really like her. But I don't know. It's also interesting, you know. She's different. She's a hacker. She's not this typical gangster, drug lord, or whatever. She's just a hacker. And you know, it's
well. I think my biggest complaint about her is we don't get to know anything about her, and any backstory we do get, it's like, okay, that doesn't make me care about you, though.
No,
I'm sorry,
because I know that for the different villains that we meet in this franchise, we don't barely know them, and it worked out for me. I'm like, I don't care. I don't really need to know. Like Braga, do I really need to know Braga's story? No, but for her, it's just for some reason I feel the same way. It's like, I don't know anything about this character, and I would have liked to see what's her motive. I mean, it makes sense. Her motive makes sense, but we don't know why it's personal to her. Like, why?
Right. And in the end, it's just like, at least Johnny Tran gave me a reason why he's menacing a little bit. I got a reason.
Yes.
Here, it's like the reason we get, it's like barely a piece of dialogue, and she doesn't even say it out loud. Not that I remember.
No.
And it's like, oh, that's the reason why. Oh, that's cheap. That you just wanted to rewrite this character that way. Okay, all right, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, even Johnny Tran, it's like he's just pretty well known. He says, "I'm a bad gangster," and we don't know why he's just a gangster, but he still worked out for me in a way. And here,
at least he shoots the main hero's car first, and he's kind of menacing. He's like, remember this thing I said I wasn't gonna do? I'm gonna still do it anyways.
Yeah, I was like, bro, it's not like, I mean, I would have liked to see more about Johnny Tran, but even from the little we know why he's a bad guy. He's just a gangster. He's a criminal. That's what he does. But why does Cypher want to destroy world governments? Or
we never find out.
We never find out.
They're like,
why.
Plot? You want to plot about the villain?
Right.
You're not getting it here.
It makes sense why we want to hold governments accountable, but why does she want to do that? You never know. Find out.
Yeah. Because what year did this movie come out? I'm trying to think. Was it 2017?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they were trying to appeal to the crowd. I don't know, man.
I guess because she's like a hacker, or I think she's like a hacktivist. Maybe she's like, well, I'm hacking because governments are evil. You know,
I mean, like, yeah, but yes. At least where we established Mr. Nobody's not using it for bad reasons.
Oh,
you know,
I would have liked to see more. It's just instead of because she's a hacker, she must go against the system because that's the typical thing that hackers do in movies and games. They're against the system. They're rebels.
Like did they watch the movie Hackers and they were like, yeah, that's all we need. We just need a good actress and she can read the lines and then that's it. All right.
Or maybe they played Watch Dogs too around the time. Like,
even Watch Dogs was much more engaging than this. I was more engaged in that game than this fucking movie.
Yeah, it's just, man, this character didn't work out for me, and we'll talk about more as we go on in the movie. But
we're gonna continue to talk about her.
This
okay.
character.
Time for me to leave then. Goodbye.
Unfortunately, we have to. But some things I did think she was fine, but for the most part, I did not like this character. I just did not like her at all. And again, just to talk about this point, Dom becoming a bad guy is interesting. You know, it
In
doesn't.
theory, yes.
In theory, it's a good concept, but I hate how early on they had to show that. No, wait, he's forced to be a bad guy.
Oh no.
I mean, just to let you know that we need to know. Just if you guys are doubting this character, no, he's still a good
Because
guy.
even in the trailer, they don't reveal it. In the
No,
trailer,
the
it's like,
trailer,
oh
what?
shit! And then we
Yeah.
get this reveal so early on, and it's like,
Yeah,
see, if you guys do this, that's cheating. You're
yeah,
letting us, the audience, know that he's still good and he's being forced to do it.
exactly.
Yeah, the characters themselves don't know, but like
But we know.
that's completely like negating the whole idea of, oh, is he evil? Okay, that's so stupid. And even if they had just cut to the scene of them like trying to get that equipment and him doing that, it would have meant more to me. It would have meant more to me because that's a very like, oh shit scene when you watch it, but it's like, oh yeah, but he's not evil, so that doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. I mean, even without the mystery, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know he's not going to be a bad guy.
Right. Yeah, we know
he's
that.
being forced to for whatever reason. We know why. I mean,
And we'll get to people being forced later.
Yeah,
where it's
right,
like,
I mean,
oh really? That's what the reveal is. Okay.
Because they're still holding off the mystery, like, oh, why is he forced to do this? But it's just because I hate how they reveal this so early on because it's not compelling. Because we know he's not a bad guy, and it's just it's not that interesting because we know he's not really a bad guy. So I know why they did that because they want to make sure that you don't.
We're gonna do a twist. Okay.
They don't
M.
want
Night
you to not
Shyamalan's
like
gonna want
her.
us. Yeah.
Because like we want to make sure that you do still like Dom. Like don't worry about him. You still
we like Dom.
We like Dom in this movie. Okay, don't ever doubt that shit. Probably Vin Diesel was like, hey, I still want to be liked. Okay, can I still be liked in the movie? Okay.
Yeah, it feels that way because he was the main one doing a lot of the pre-advertising. He's like, we're in Cuba now, even though that's such a he was really hardcore advertising that. He was like, hey, I'm on set, we're on location. And then I was like, oh, who's the villain? Oh, you guys seem to not be advertising that. That's interesting.
I remember seeing the promo. It was like, oh, the newscasting. Like, oh, Charlize Theron's gonna be in Fast 8. I'm like, oh, what?
Back then, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I was
okay.
like, holy
she's cool.
Shit. And she's the villain? Like, oh, crap. Didn't work out. But, yes, yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
This angle of making him a villain or an antagonist was interesting, but from the get-go, they just threw it out of the window. It's like, don't even think about that anymore. Like, but again, the movie still wants me to believe, like, is he a bad guy? Ooh. Come on, man. We know he's not a bad guy.
I had to scream. I was like, no!
It's like, this fucking movie. Whatever. But as we go along, we are then introduced to Hobbs, who they do another bait and switch thing that they've done in this movie.
Oh, I'm out of here for talking about
Yeah, they do this like this bait and switch thing where like is Hobbs speaking to his recruiter? Like, are they shit? Like, oh shit! But no, he's talking to a team of young girls and a soccer team. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, that I did. Okay, I'll admit that was like at the point where I was like, okay, I'm still running with the movie. This is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
This is still funny. Okay, all right. Because if Gary Gray knows how to direct comedy, and I'm like, okay, see, that's funny. That little reveal where you're like, we think it's this, but it's that. Okay, that's funny. Yeah. I'll admit that's funny.
And it was cool. It's like I liked it. It was funny. I like seeing like
go Dragons.
Yeah, go Dragons. Like, they do this like this tribal dance against the other team.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, those girls look like they want to leave. Like they're real. Like, that's not acting. They're serious. They're like, what this?
Even the girl was like, I don't want to play anymore. She just runs away. I was like,
that wasn't fake. She was real. She was like, nope, I'm done.
Shit. And this is where this movie, I mean, they kind of mention it, I think maybe in 6 or I think maybe in 6 or 7. But this is the movie where they imply now a little bit heavier about The Rock's heritage. You know, they you know, the tribal dancing and all that stuff. They kind of start doing that. It's later on the next movie where they heavily imply on that. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
This movie's like they're starting to let you know. All right, we'll implement The Rock's heritage because I think maybe The Rock.
They're like, what? You guys were thinking to get to know him? Well,
Yeah,
we'll kind of
like,
hint at it. You're not going to get to know him yet.
Oh, not yet. Well, it's like, okay, so they're starting to show more about The Rock, and trying to fuse it with this character. So I thought that was cool. But even the the Tay Tay joke, Tay Tay means Taylor Swift joke, which
I thought he delivered it decent enough. Where I was like, okay,
it's like,
you're trying. At least, like, it's kind of funny to hear The Rock say Taylor Swift out loud. It's like, okay, I'll admit, I don't mind Taylor Swift, so the joke was semi-funny.
Yeah, it was almost like, ugh.
Not great, not good, but all right.
It was like, all right, I'll let it slide. But the one part that I did not, it was starting to become a problem, was like when he starts to like track this agent guy, whoever the fuck he is, this dude who's so over the top, by the way. This dude with the glasses and shit, he was like, I've seen him before in other movies, but he was just so over the top. Like, hey, Hobbs, we need to do this mission. No, and then trying to do the joke like, oh, make him say, go Dragons. And I was like, didn't work out completely.
Oh, I thought that was funny. I was like,
it was cool. It's just like the actor itself. It's like, it's just a little too silly for me. It's a little too silly. And I also didn't like how Hobbs is like, all right, you're tasked with this mission. The world is in danger. But he's like, fuck it. I don't care about that right now. I'm more interested about my girl's game, which I get it. It's her daughter. You want to encourage her and cheer her on. But it's like, bro, the world is in danger. You need to save it. You don't care about that right now? Like, come on. That's kind of out of character for Hobbs. Hobbs is all about, I want to save the fucking world. And this one's like, nah, I don't care about that shit right now. Fuck it. Shut the hell up.
Well, I thought it was a very tongue-in-cheek scene, so I let it slide.
I let it slide, but it's like kind of bothered me a little bit. But I still liked seeing the scene. It was cool seeing him being a dad, so that was nice. I like seeing this stuff. But yeah, the other guy, so cartoony. But then it's like, also, by the way, I forgot to mention The Rock in one shot. This is where we first see his fake ass goatee. Oh, I don't know if he's caught that, but wow, it looked terrible. Like pasted on there, just kind of like marker with Sharpie in there, like. It looked,
I was so distracted, I didn't even notice it.
Dude, it was like the camera was up on his face. I'm like, oh my god, oh Jesus, looks terrible. But it's also interesting to see Dom doing some metallurgical work in Cuba. He's like working on bullets and shit. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I was like, dude, how many talents does this dude has? He's MacGyver.
He had another life before.
I guess so. I mean, Jesus, he knows how to work with weapons and gadgets and shit. I'm like, what the hell is it? Who the hell is this guy? I'm like, all right, cool. So then we go to Berlin. We're back to Berlin, I guess. And it's interesting to see how, like, in this movie, they change up the location titles. They're not on the floor. Like, oh, they're in the ocean. And, we're
oh, that was so dumb.
Berlin is written in the
dumb. That was I'm like, who? Once I noticed it the second time when they do it the second time, I was like, at first I just thought, oh, well, maybe somebody drew it in Berlin, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, that's imposed in with CGI. Oh,
yeah,
that's dumb.
I was like, it's
not that stupid.
Yeah, it's not the best use of like location titles, but I was like, okay. I've seen it before. Maybe dumb.
You would have been better using a free editor, honestly, at that point.
Right. I was like, it's a little bit rough, but it was good to see that. But I love that once we get there, they're already blowing shit up. Like Berlin's just, this factory, or whatever, it's just getting destroyed. I'm like, god damn. Oh
no, Roman! And I'm like, oh,
like, bro. If you want to see the heist, no, we don't have time for a heist. We
don't got money for that.
We're not by the end of it. So we're at the end of the heist. Almost like Fast Five. Like, oh, you want to see a race? No, we're not gonna see a race. But I love how Dom runs through a solid, thick wall with his car. Like, boom, just drives through. Like, okay, and his car's fine. That's what's going on. And the crew is back, ladies and gentlemen. The crew is back. Fun. And actually, in the scene, I actually found Roman to be funny. I was like, wow,
Controversy.
he's making me laugh, bro.
Tyrese can actually act.
Yes.
And he's actually not told what to do.
He's funny. He's like, I love how, you know, he wasn't aware about the plan. He was like, what is going on? What the hell? So he's kind of funny. I won't. I mean, does he stay funny bro the whole movie?
No.
Well,
Spoiler, no.
well, we'll see. We'll see. But in this beginning, it's like, wow, Roman is
Promising? Yes.
very cool. And oh my god, and it's just interesting. I know because I know, like, what do you think of Roman in this movie? Because I know you guys liked Roman the last few movies. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean,
Okay.
he's a little bit better.
Oh, you're being nice again. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, Tyrese, it seems after the second movie, has just been kind of hit or miss in these films. He's been mostly misses, and here he just decided he was like, oh, you like that missile line from the last movie? Oh, I'm just going to be like a missile and miss. Because that's about the humor you're going to get in this movie from him. Because it doesn't seem like anybody's even caring at this point. Because anytime he rattles off a joke at this point, it's like,
whatever.
We're not even going to. At least I'll give in the seventh movie, they were trying to work with him. I was like, okay, Ludacris is trying to work with him. Maybe not every joke is working. You know, whatever. Here it's like, he's back. Okay, just bring back Ludacris next time. I don't care about
right. Because I felt that in the last movie they were kind of like, bro, Roman, just shut up, just stop it. They were like, are you done with the jokes? Let's move on because you took too much.
Not the birthday thing.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. But in this movie, I found him to be a little bit slightly better. Because some jokes actually worked for me. It's like, wow, he's making me laugh a little bit. I wasn't laugh out loud hysterical, but
okay.
Made me laugh.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I'm enjoying him. There's a lot of terrible shit when here with him. Like, god damn. And he's a little bit more, competent, I guess. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, there's one scene where he wasn't clear.
Oh no, just this one scene.
We'll get to that later.
Man. But at least he's a little bit competent. I'm like, wow, they're doing some stuff with him. Compared to last movie where he's just like, he's literally floating in the air when they were in Mount whatever they were at last time, where he's floating in the parachute. I'm like,
where's the butt of the joke?
It's like, Jesus Christ. So here he's a little bit better, just a little bit better. But I was like, all right, we're starting off better. We'll see if it keeps on going. But also, I want to know, how the hell did the guys get a hold of a giant fucking wrecking ball waiting for them to use for like a remote control? I was like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I know it's a lot of ludicrous shit. See what I did there?
See. Now you can take Roman's spot.
There's a lot of ludicrous shit in these franchise, but get the hell out of here. I mean, because we didn't see the heist, so like it's like
you want explanations? You want plot devices? You want continuity? You want actual things that make sense in reality? Go back to Christopher Nolan, you asshole. Move over, fucking Michael Bay. We got F. Gary Gray doing fucking ridiculous shit.
Dude, it's so stupid. It's like if you show me at least the heist, well, maybe I don't mean not the whole heist, but at least show me how the hell they got this wrecking ball.
Maybe it's in the extended edition. I doubt it. I didn't even bother to check it this time.
I don't think they filmed anything of this heist. I don't think they filmed anything about that. But that's just like, because I know the movie wants to at this point wants to show you like, oh, you know, we skipped the heist, so you're not gonna think about where this wrecking ball came from. But no. I'm thinking about where the hell that wrecking ball came from, because
now you're using your brain in the right way.
You can't just expect me to believe that. Oh yeah, of course they have that on their belt. Of course, no, it's ridiculous. And also, dude, oh my god, remember how the last movie Dom's like, my crew, they're not killers. In this movie, though,
Um,
fuck that. Oh my god, the wrecking ball kills people horribly. I'm like,
no, we
my
don't
god.
actually go back and check on them, so maybe they have injuries that are not life
Oh,
threatening.
maybe, oh my, maybe they're fine, but god, they're dude, like even the first sling, like Jesus Christ, and when it comes back to, I'm like,
Oh,
oh
oh,
god,
but see, there's a smiley face on it, so that's
oh yeah,
okay.
oh yeah, it's funny, it's summer blockbusters, man, they're funny. I'm like, no, that's so fucked up, and it's worse when you see Tej enjoying this shit. He's like, watch this, beep.
I got paid. I could say anything.
Like, he's laughing. He's like enjoying this shit. I was like, what the hell's going on with this character? This guy's like kind of psychotic a little bit. He's like enjoying murdering these police. I think they're police, right? I'm like, what the hell?
Yes, all apparent police apparently exist in this Berlin.
Right?
Apparently,
I was like, God damn, that's pretty fucked up. But yeah, it was brutal. That's like one of the most brutal kills I've seen in this franchise. It's like the top two. The other one is in this movie, and I will bring it up once I get this kill. Jesus Christ, it was rough. It was rough to see that. But also, I want to know, like, does each car have like a communication system? Because I laughed
evidently,
when Lenny's
apparently
talking to
does.
Dom, to just the two of them, and like, "Are you okay, Dom?" But no one's listening to it. Like,
You know, you see, they go to the sexual channel where they have their kinetic energy and they can
right,
feel everybody and everything. Oh, I love
part.
you. We're more than a family. We're in love.
We're in love. I guess in the extended cut, they showed the part where she's switching the channels. So like, Dom, is everything okay, Dom? You know.
Yeah, that's what they did in the extended cut. They made the love scenes more better.
But I was like, how do they talk to each other? Like, that's crazy. But I know, dude, and I laughed. It's not the first time we see this, but we're like, when Dom makes Hop's truck flip over, I'm like, come on. This itty bitty car makes this giant truck fucking flip over. I'm like, come on now, come on. But I mean, that betrayal scene.
The betrayal.
I love it. They're like, I'm gonna get to Toretto, and Toretto's like,
no.
And the smoke covering.
This is how you know Vin Diesel is not evil in this movie. Or sorry, Dom is not evil in this movie. Because at no point does he make an attempt to get out of his car, go finish the job. He just was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna keep going.
Exactly.
See you later.
Right? Like if he's a villain or he doesn't care about anybody, he would have shot him right there. It's like, boom, you're done, Hobbs. Goodbye. No, he let him live, so of course he cares about these people. Come on, man, it's stupid. But I love how dramatic the scene was. You know, the smoke is covering. So mysterious. It's so intimidating, imposing. Like, ooh, is Dom guy?
The fate of the furious.
I love seeing that.
That's better than the score we got.
Oh yeah, I love how it's just like I think it's just stupid. It's just like they're trying to make him ominous and threatening like that, but we know he's not a bad guy. So it's just so stupid. But also love like The Rock's line, like "You son of a bitch." I love that shit. That was pretty funny. But it's just you can't do two things at once. You try to make him mysteriously like, oh, is he a bad guy? But we bad guy, so you can't do these two things at once. Like, oh, we're trying to make him threatening and imposing and and ominous, but the audience, we know that he's not a bad guy, so you can't do both things at once. It doesn't work. It just doesn't really.
What? I'm sorry, sir. Are you using this thing called thinking?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
are you suggesting that maybe the writing was bad?
Yes.
For shame, sir.
Bad.
These movies are
bad.
fun. You can't say this movie is great, or you can't say this is not great.
It's the problems. The problems in this movie is just like, I mean, I want to talk about like, would you like the execution of him or the approach or whatever of him being the bad guy, or could have been done better. Would you have liked to see this storyline, or did you not?
I'll say what I said before. If we didn't have that reveal at first, this would be 10 times better. Because at
Yes.
that point, I'm like, oh, well, he's not going to get out of the car, so that's not well written either.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, okay, I guess we're supposed to be on his side, but
Or not.
he's evil. Make up your mind, movie. Which one is
Yeah.
it?
It's like they
Are
want
we
us
not
to be on
supposed to
his
like him?
side, but at the same time, not because he's bad. But he's not bad because you already know that from the beginning. But he's bad. I'm like, what? I don't know. If I this storyline, I would like to see maybe one movie ahead, not this soon. Because I do think the idea, like I said in the beginning, it's cool. It's just like Dom, who's all about family, is against the family. That is a cool idea. And
No
it's
more
like, oh,
family.
shit. That, like, no more family. I would love to see that, but just the execution was bad. I don't know, bro. There's
is
potential there. There's so much
uh,
potential. In this.
Am I getting paid for this? Okay. Fuck
Fuck
Tyrese. I don't want to interact with him at all. I think that's maybe that. Okay, you know what? That's my theory, and that's the rumor. As I heard, Vin Diesel was having issues with everybody. Everybody.
I thought it was just
apparently with everybody, most of the people at least. So he was like, I don't want to interact with them. That's the rumor of why this. I can't confirm that, but that's the rumor I kept reading on TMZ. It was like, oh, Vin Diesel's causing issues. Oh, Tyrese is causing issues. The Rock is arguing with this person. Oh, Michelle Rodriguez wants more money. There's nothing to confirm any of this at all. Period.
Not. I guess it could make sense because he's not with them the whole movie. You know, he's with Charlie's, by himself.
Yeah, he's on a CGI plane. He's just chilling.
CGI plane, right?
He's chilling with bearded guy number one.
I don't even know. It makes sense. But I guess for this next movie, I think they're fine because they're together. So I think it worked out for the most part. But I mean, I want to talk about his performance because I do like his performances here and there because they do show his pain when he's betraying them. You can tell he doesn't like betraying them. He's like, fuck, I don't want to do this. So it's pretty cheesy, duh. But sometimes he does sell me. Sometimes he sells me that he doesn't want to turn against him. So he's pretty good. He worked out for me. I don't know. Did you like his performance in this movie?
Didn't mean to yawn prematurely. Mixed. I think the scenes where he was required to show emotion and he, was upset or something, and we'll get into why he's upset and all that yada yada later. I'll give Vin Diesel this. He was trying to an extent. He clearly cared somewhat about the final product. Do I think he did like a 10 out of 10 great job? Oh, fuck no. Mm-hmm. Was there an attempt? Yeah, I'll give him that. He tried the best he could. Mm-hmm. Not his best performance in my eyes, No. I wish the movie was a little more consistent with what he was supposed to do, and maybe he would have had a better script to work with. Maybe, I don't know. He does okay. I'll go with he does all right.
Yeah, he does pretty good. I mean, there's some scenes where he's probably one of the best performances in this franchise. I'm like, oh shit, he's acting here. That's good. Like, I like seeing that stuff, but
maybe they were like, here's some D&D cards.
I think overall he's good. He was serviceable as always, but there's some scenes I really did enjoy him. But also to note, Ramsey didn't say a damn word in his whole sequence. She was just quiet for the whole sequence. Like, everybody said anything. Everybody had a line except Ramsey. Just noting that was interesting. But what I like about her, this character, is that since she is a new member, she's the most skeptic out of everyone and the unbiased out of everyone. She's like, yeah, I think Dominic is a bad guy. I think he might have turned. And everybody, of course, is like, don't you dare say that. He's not a bad guy. I love Rance's like,
oh, that poor girl. That poor girl. She barely gets any lines.
Yeah. Dude, because again, in that Berlin sequence, she said nothing. She was there, but she said nothing. Wow, they just gave her nothing to do. That's okay. She's just sitting in the car the whole time. I do love that she's the most skeptic and the most unbiased out of everyone because she's brand new. She's like, I don't know these people. Like, is he a bad guy? Sure, why not? Like, why would we doubt that? It's like this is what it is. So I did like that stuff. And then Roman's jokes come back again after Ramsey and Letty had this confrontation. I was like, it's not funny. I mean, it was not terrible. It was not funny when she's what did he say? I forgot his joke, but he just brought a joke in there. I was like,
Oh, you remember anything he said in this movie?
I don't remember his joke, but I remember thinking, writing down like I did not like that. But I even wrote right here, still tolerating him as of right now.
Still tolerating
him. So right now, you're still there. The joke was not terrible. Isn't that good? But okay, you're still in the good list, Roman. You're still there. But so Hobbs goes to prison. He goes to prison. He's arrested, and then we're reintroduced to Mr. Nobody again. Good to see.
Yes, the best scene in the fucking movie.
Yes, the best parts are with Kurt Russell, and I love seeing him come back. It's great to see him. I love his interaction with Mr. Hobbs.
Mr. Hobbs. You know, I love Bob Odenkirk in this film. He was really good with The Rock.
Oh yeah, bro, if I see The Rock and Bob Odenkirk in a movie,
oh my god, I would be flipping. I'd be like,
I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Bob Odenkirk, Saul in this movie, hell yeah. But I love seeing the two of them interact because we've never seen. Because we knew that Hobbs and Mr. Nobody knew each other from the last movie, but we never saw them interact. So see them interact with Kurt Russell, that's fucking cool. Like, hell yeah, I like seeing this together. And then we're introduced to Nobody. I guess we'll call him Nobody Jr. Scott Eastwood's in his movie.
Yeah.
Nobody Jr.
There's an actor next to him. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to Scott in this particular scene. In this particular scene, I was like, oh, okay, so he's trying to threaten The Rock with the family thing.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll admit that was cool.
I was like, that stuff.
Okay, all right, so you're trying.
Because I love that, like, you know, Nobody Jr. I guess we'll call him Nobody Jr. He was just, you know, doing.
I think he has a name, but I don't remember what it is. They give him a name.
He's like a mysterious. Because he doesn't have a name like Kurt Russell. You know, he's like the another mysterious member of.
Okay,
agency. We don't know what it's called, but I love how Mr. Nobody's frustrated with him because on the books he's all about, you know, I'm doing my job by the book and all that stuff, and Mr. Nobody's like, bro, come on, like, you're not doing what you got to do. You're not as cool as me, kid. You got to learn the ropes. So I love him getting frustrated. You know, it's very funny. And like, what do you think of Scott Eastwood overall? What do you think of his inclusion in this movie? Because I personally, I liked him. I mean, I remember when I saw him the first time, it kind of felt like he came out of nowhere. Like, Scott Eastwood's in this movie. What the hell? Kind of like in Suicide Squad. I remember in Suicide Squad, I was like, he's in this movie? He came out of nowhere. What the hell?
Okay, so he's called Little Nobody. That's what he's called.
Oh, that's actual character.
I knew that they gave him a name because I remember.
Yeah. I thought it was. I didn't think it was an official name. I just thought.
No, because I remember they say it like at some point in the film. I was like, yeah, no, they named him something. They named him. They call him
Little Nobody.
So I guess that's his technical name. Okay,
all right, that's his name. I guess Little Nobody.
I know I've been trying to like riff on him and all that. If I objectively think about it, Scott Eastwood was trying. I'll give him a little bit of credit. In the initial scene that he's there, I was like, oh, okay, he's cool. I'll be honest, I completely forgot he was there most of the movie. When he is there, I mean, I don't want to say he's the worst part of the movie. He's not, but he's not really that memorable. Let me say this. Nothing is more memorable than Kurt Russell literally coming in and being like, I'm so badass in a film. Yeah. I don't even need a fucking name. You don't even got to name me. And so, you know what? I'll give Scott Eastwood a lot of credit. He tried. You know, for the scenes that he's there, he's not terrible. I mean, he doesn't really bring anything to the crew yet. Maybe we'll see if he's bigger part in the next movie. Maybe. I just don't feel like he was given a lot to work with in this film, other than no, don't do that.
Yeah,
no. That's really all his character resorts to most of the film.
Yeah, but I do love that. He's in a lot of action sequences, you know. He's
I'll give it that. Yeah, he's in a lot of action sequences,
and he's participating, and he's doing, you know, part of the team technically. So I do like. I think he was a cool addition, it's not like I asked him to be there, but I was like, oh, you know what? I like him because I love that he's this guy for most of the movie. He's just this guy who's rigid. You know, he's following the guidelines. He's very strict about following the rules. Well, Mr. Nobody's not following the rules. He's all about like, relax, man.
Oh,
Take it easy.
the government following rules. That's funny.
I love him because I get Mr. Nobody because he's like, man, this kid, he's still learning, man. He'll forget to follow later on. Don't worry about it. But I love how he's.
Oh, Hobbs said he doesn't want to be broken out.
Oh yeah, I was like, well, okay. So I love that little nobody. I guess we'll call him that. He's the character so far. He's just following the guidelines, kind of like Shepard in the last movie. Remember him? He got killed off, but he's a little better than that character. So I like seeing them. Yeah, I like seeing Scotty's there. I think he was, you know, he's this guy. He tries to hang with the crew, but he's, you know, they're kind of out of his league. You know, he's not there yet.
You're not family yet.
You're not family yet. You're cool. You're not that cool with us. But he's charming. I like him. He's funny. I do think he does show off a lot. He kind of is a badass sometimes. You know,
I might be talking all this shit, but I'm like, damn, he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's hot. Oh, no.
I mean, he does show. I mean, dude, I do like him. He's funny because he's this guy who is follow the rules and nobody follows the rules in this movie. He does not know that. He's not part of this crazy world yet. So I love seeing that stuff. And yeah, like you mentioned, when you talking about his daughter, the Hobbs' daughter,
that was like, oh,
fuck.
Oh no.
Like,
Why'd you go there?
Dude,
don't do that. Not to Hobbs.
Dude, I know.
Hobbs is immediately like, he could just break reality apparently and break costs, which I'm like, I guess it's you know, not far fetched that somebody like The Rock could do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that would work in real life, but okay.
Yeah,
fine.
Like,
I guess the power of family breaks handcuffs and he can.
Power family.
Now, I do believe that he could pick up Scott Eastwood. I believe that. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, oh, it looks like he's really doing it in real life, even if he's not.
I was like, once he mentioned his daughter, like, ooh, why'd you do that? Why did you do that? You're gonna get fucked up, man. You're gonna get fucked up. And I was like, I did like,
oh god,
shit. I love seeing like nobody's reaction. His reaction was surprised. He was like, oh, this kid.
He's like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yep, he does not know.
You had to do it. I told you not to, but I told you. Told you not to.
I liked him. I like he's trying to be part of the crew, but he's also very strict about following the rules. But you know, by the end of the movie, he's like, "Fuck it, we're not gonna follow the rules." So I like his dynamic with everybody. I think he was a cool little addition. Is it coming back in F9? Hopefully, at least in a cameo or a small role. That'd be cool to see him back. I wouldn't mind to see that. But I did like him. I think it was cool. But yes, can we all agree Mr. Nobody's fucking cool in this movie? Yes.
I don't think that's a question. You know the answer already.
Yes, he's the best part of this whole movie. He is.
Oh, Kurt Russell's back. Okay, well, I have one good thing to look forward to.
Yes, and I can't. And he's come back in the next movie, right? In F9. So
I would hope so.
I will love. For him I will love for him to come back because he is the best part of this. So he's officially part of family now. He's officially part of family. So I like that.
Yes.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
At least he's not trying to sell Belgian beer this time. He's like,
oh yeah, he's like,
nah, not this time.
No, this time around, it's too serious. This movie's too serious for that. I'm not gonna bring those jokes. But like, oh shit, Hobbs and Shaw meet again, ladies and gentlemen, back together, and they're immediately throwing.
Oh, just kiss already!
Right. I mean, this scene when they meet each other, the idea is cool, but
yes.
The jabs that they throw each other suck. At least for this one scene. I'm like, oh god. I mean,
I get a chuckle every here and there.
The Hercules reference sucks.
He swore. That's funny.
Oh yeah, but like the Hercules reference things, like
I had to think about that because at first I was like, oh, that's right. He was Hercules.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you made me remember that movie that I've completely forgotten. I'm like, wow, okay, that's good. Thank you, Jason Statham, for reminding me that movie existed. I did not need to remember that. So it was like, okay. And so the quips just did not work for me. I mean, the idea of the scene is cool. At least the quips for this scene didn't work for me. I don't know. Did it work for you? Do you like the jokes and the back and forth with each other?
Meh. Not this particular scene. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess we're having this interaction.
Yeah,
It kind of works, but I'm not really sold at this minute. I'm like, okay, what's the point of this? Why are they arguing?
Could have been more.
I just love that conveniently they're like, all right, we're gonna put his cell next to his.
Exactly. Thank you for.
I'm like, oh wait a minute, no, that's bullshit. You can't just do that.
That's so much.
No.
I mean, you can argue that Mr. Nobody arranged that.
I know, but they don't explain it, so it's like,
right. Yeah.
even though it's heavily implied, he's like,
No,
I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
Stop it, man. I know it's you. I know you got my lawn.
I'm following the law. I'm following the rules. I'm not a criminal, but I just, yeah.
I'm not a criminal. Proceeds to do something criminal.
Right? It's so stupid, but I love it. Yeah, it's like they're next to each other. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Whatever. It's stupid. But what do you think about their relationship in this movie? Their dynamic in this movie. Did you like their dynamic or their relationship?
They have a relationship? What?
In a way. They hate each other, but then they love each other at the end of the movie.
I know. I was really nice when Jason Statham and The Rock finally kissed at the end and confessed their love for each other. I was like, oh, this is a very, very, very good scene. I really appreciate it. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Okay, seriously though.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah, I mean, hit or miss. I mean, some scenes I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Other scenes I'm like, it's better than Hobbs and Shaw. I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, I don't remember much of that next movie, but I like their relationship in here.
I think they're trying, sure.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes they're really funny with each other when they're jabbing with each other, like throwing insults against each other. I thought sometimes were really funny.
I mean, once they get out of the cell, it's funny, sure.
Yes, once they get out of the cell, it's funny, and I do like how they just don't like each other for the most part. They're like, I hate you, and then at the end they're cool, and I like seeing their dynamics. I think it's fun to watch, and I love how they somehow thought, all right, so who can we put Jason Statham with? Maybe with The Rock, right? That kind of worked out last movie, although they only directed once. Let's put him for the whole movie the next time around. Because they were like, fuck it, it's The Rock and Jason Statham. Who doesn't want to see that in a movie? So I guess that's what happened. But I liked them. I think they were cool. And I don't know. Hopefully it works out for the next movie. We'll see. But another Game of Thrones cast member is in this movie.
Oh, that's where I knew that guy from. I was like, bothering me the whole time. I'm like, where?
He's Torrin.
Huh.
One of the best parts of the show.
I've never watched the show. Sorry.
Oh my god. Well, I guess it's late now because the show.
I'm aware of everything now. I'm like, oh,
the show does not end very well. But yes, he's Torrin. He's also, if you're not seeing him in Game of Thrones, he's also, I don't know if you remember some commercials that he did for like hotels or something. I remember
hotels.com. We have incest.
I think it was for that. I think it was promoting hotels and shit. I don't know. I remember seeing.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I guess this guy was okay in this movie. I was like, okay, he's trying.
He barely had anything to do. He's just bad.
It's like, I barely got any scenes. Let me try my hardest. Let me get my acting up to Academy Award status.
Right? He's like, I'm bad. I love how immediately he's an asshole because like Dom just meets him. The dude just stands up and like, who the fuck are you, bro? You just met him,
dude.
Don't be an asshole, man. You just met this guy. Fuck you. I was like, you're making me just not like you from the get go. All right, that's what we're doing. That's who you are. Nice, but I thought it's silly how like Cypher's crew of hackers or technical people. They're like in their 20s, early 30s, dressed in like t-shirts and like mushroom tip hairs and shit like that. I can't take you seriously. I cannot take you seriously.
Maybe the makeup department was like, all right, so we put it all into Cypher's hair. Oh, you guys are here too? Right, let's go to Dollar Tree and get some wigs. Shit.
Yeah, let's get some wigs and get some young people because that's what hackers are. Hackers are very young people.
I'm telling you, they must have watched the movie Hackers and they were like, Well, they did it this way in that movie back then. Let's do it in this movie now.
It's like, get the hell out of here. It's like this crew of hackers. I'm like, whatever. It's just, it's
I
like,
don't give a shit
I
about
don't give
any
a
of
shit.
them.
Yeah. It's like,
None.
Because the movie, I think, wants to sell the idea like tech people or hackers, they're rad and they're cool. Just like Cypher, man.
That's definitely what they're trying to
They're
do.
trying, but it doesn't work out. Like, this is, I'm so intimidated by these people. Ooh, like, it's so stupid. But this is, I want to call this scene the beginning of a series of scenes that I like to call examining Dominic's character. Because anytime that he's interacting with Charlize by themselves, it's all about Charlize talking to his face and like, are you who you really think you are? You're not. And this is why you're not. Because are you a family guy? No, you're not. This is why you're not a family guy. You're not a good guy. I'm like, oh, these scenes. These scenes suck. Anytime they're talking with each other, anytime they're alone and they're not with anybody else from the movie, suck. I'm like, I don't care about this. I don't. These lines are shit. I mean, the tiger on the neck, the tiger step on your neck, or whatever. I'm like, oh god, or the crocodile on the crocodile in the water. When I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. I mean,
I audibly said that out loud. Many scenes in this movie, especially this was the first time where I was like,
oh,
listen, movie.
right?
I know you want me to care about this conversation they're having because we're supposed to have development.
Yes, like
please go back to the action because I don't give a shit about this.
Yeah, I just don't care. It's like interesting motivation behind it. Like, oh, let's examine his character. Is he who we thought he was the whole?
If they had better writers,
if they had better writers, or if they actually committed to that idea, because we know that Dominic is not a bad guy. He's all about family. He never liked
you want the old Dom. Wait, we work on shit. Who am I now? Is this my lawn? Shit. Fuck.
Dude, when he said that line, like, you own the old Don, I was like, wait, the old Don?
That was so stupid. I was like, okay.
You're not a bad guy in the first movie.
Well, evidently, this movie wants you to think he was.
Right?
Well, no, well, that's not fully true. They're like, oh, you see, Toretto's bad because he commits crimes.
Yeah,
so he's a bad guy. They're trying to like go on that angle, I guess, because there are a couple lines in the movie in the first one where they're like, oh, see, but you let him get away, and they keep repeating, oh, you let him get away, you let the criminal get away. It's like, yeah, but see, which is it, movie? Are we supposed to think he's the good guy or the bad guy? Because you can't even seem to decide yourself who he is either.
No, because it's like they want to make you doubt, like, oh, is Dom who he says he is? Like, is he this Robin Hood? Because I love her line, which is, oh, you know, I love you're the
reference, wonderful,
right? But it's like they throw some interesting ideas, but we know that's not gonna stick anywhere because Dominic is still this pure-hearted guy. You know, he's the guy who cares about people and loves people.
I love family.
All these things. I love family. So none of this mattered. I just didn't care. Like, I was like, fuck this shit. I do not
that was when I started pausing the movie. I was like, is this really what you want me to do, movie? You want me to care about this? You want me to care?
Yeah, I don't care. Because like, if this franchise took risks and chances, this could have worked, but they don't. So
no, because the last movie took way more chances than this movie.
Yeah, it's like,
way more.
It's like, who cares? Like, we know they're not gonna dedicate to any of this, so who the fuck cares? But the next scene with Hobbs and Shaw works much better because they're funny. They're bickering with each other, and it's funny. I love how Hobbs pulled his cement chair that was stuck to the nothing. It's like boom, just lift.
At least they were like, okay, we know this part's not realistic. We're gonna wink at the camera and be like, okay, we know The Rock can't really do that, but you guys are gonna go along with it, right? Okay, right. Good.
I was like, fuck it. I was like, he's lifting a chair.
That's where the dialogue gets way better. I noticed the jump because I was like, oh, so you guys actually wrote good jokes for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some good stuff. Like they reference the fight from the last movies. I'm like, oh, those are some good references. I like that. Like who won that fight, or I love that, like, oh, you jumped from me because you were scared about me. Like, no, bro, I had to save my partner. Like, what are you talking about? You're not remembering your history well. That was kind of funny. But apparently Shaw's kind of sexist because he says like, oh, where I'm from, we don't need women rescuing us. I'm like, mm, okay, that was a little iffy, but okay, all right, we'll move along. But I did like this one. It's a funny scene. It's very enjoyable. I like that. And the prison break is actually fun. I like the prison breaks.
Ah, yes. As I
Cool.
said before, the best scene in the movie.
Oh, this the best scene in the movie. Oh shit, maybe.
I mean, it isn't, but
I
you
think
know,
so.
it's a lot better than some of the other stuff later on in the film.
Yeah, I think so. I think this. Yeah, I think technically this is the best scene of the movie because yeah, I love the chase sequence. You know, Sean's running out the wall.
He's like, no, I don't, I'll stay in.
Dude,
Oh
I
no,
love
officers,
it.
please.
And I love like so like, are you telling me that you can escape from your cell by just using a taser through
Uh,
the door? I'm like, get the hell, come on! Like, you could have done this a long time ago. I mean, well, maybe you can argue that this is the first time the guards, you know, in armor just show up because he's gonna
well,
escape.
maybe it's implied that he got put somewhere else because I don't think it's the
Maybe.
same cell from the original. Like when
Oh
he gets
no,
put
it's not.
away.
Oh no, it's
So
not.
maybe he did try and they caught him and then they put. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
They don't bother to give us this
Yeah, but I just
backstory.
love how they use his taser. He escapes so easy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here! Come
Oh,
on.
he's Jason Statham. He's transporting out of the cell.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's transporting stuff out of there. But I do love seeing his stuff like running in against the walls and shit. He's so quick, and Rock's trying to catch up with him. So that's kind of cool. But
Okay, that's believable that Jason Statham could outrun him.
yeah, he can outrun him. But dude,
Okay, that makes
Hobbs,
sense.
Hobbs in this movie, I mean, this scene. Oh my god, he slams. He killed one guy. Can we say that he killed one guard? He slams a guard through the
One guard.
door. He's like, boom. I'm like, holy shit, dude! I'm like, that's pretty rough. And no, and he kills one guy because this. I love this scene. Love this part where like this prisoner is like, I finally have you, Hobbs. I'm gonna kill you. And then he's like, stabbed heart. I'm like, whoa.
I know that we're not like, you know, oh, we're supposed to feel bad for that guy. I'm like, I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, okay.
No, it was
The way
funny,
the line was delivered and the way he did it, I was like, that's funny. Now that I'm thinking about it, oh, he really just killed that guy, didn't he?
yeah, he.
Why am I laughing at this?
No, it was funny because like, what did he say? So,
So I keep trying.
oh yeah, keep trying, bitch, something like that. But dude, he stabbed him from the heart, like, oh my god, like this.
He's fine. He had a big heart. He had a big
I
heart.
guess I'm
It's
like,
all right.
holy fuck! And then, dude, he wipes these guards pretty terrible. Like,
Oh, it's The Rock. That's believable.
he's like,
I
boom,
believe that.
boom. I mean, let's forget that these people are armored, but they kind of look like they're made of plastic.
Well-
Because the Rock just gets through them like nothing. I'm like,
We're failing to mention how apparently he's impenetrable to rubber bullets, but yet
oh,
everybody
yeah,
else is like, oh, it works on them. The Rock, no. Just to let you know, in real life, that's not how that works.
no.
He would be feeling that shit. That's not. At this point, it's getting superhero levels. They're preparing you for the
Yes.
next movie.
Dude, because
How Hobbs is like invincible. Sorry, invincible.
Oh, yeah, because dude, in this movie, Hobbs, he's completely superhuman right now. He's doing some stuff. I'm like, what the? I know he's strong. I can
I'm
believe.
like rubber bullets hurt even if you have muscles. Don't
But
don't try and do that,
I mean, dude, he headbutts a guy with a
bitch.
helmet on, like it's nothing. And I was like, what the hell, man? That would have hurt. I know he's strong, but come on, man. You know, armor is armor. You can't fuck with that. But Jesus Christ, that's crazy. And I also laughed. I laughed at one part that it kind of looks stupid with like Hobbs sliding onto the railing because I can tell it's not The Rock. He looks a little bit different. The way he's filmed, it just looks so ridiculous.
Ignore the shot.
He's like, wee! Oh, I love that shit. It was so stupid. But I also F. Gary Gray's like direction here. It's interesting. Like, what do you think of his action in this movie? Like, do you think he did well with the action? Could have done better.
In this particular scene, yeah, it was good. I mean, I did note in my head, I was like, oh, so this is the last time we're gonna have fun, right? Oh yeah, the pacing is getting worse. Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Because this is at the point where I was like, oh, I'm having fun. Oh no.
No, no.
Oh, is this the only action scene that's gonna be well filmed and well lit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Come
I
on,
think he
man. You
did a
can do
good
better
job.
than this.
Yeah, that's true. I think overall, I think he did a good.
No, he did. I don't want to discredit him. He did a really great job with what he was told to do.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with F. Gary Gray in this film. I think he's a great director. He's amazing. I still think the Men in Black movie he did was terrible, but that's save that for another day. Yeah, you forgot he did that.
Oh, yes, I
don't
did.
you?
Oh, fuck.
Reference the movie. That's what that definitely was. They're preparing you for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they
Yeah.
were Men in Black, right?
Do they?
I think they did in this movie, right?
Really?
I think in the
Well,
beginning with
really?
Mr. Nobody. I'm not sure.
That could technically be a reference. I don't think at that point he was signed on for that movie yet. They were funneling back and forth on what the hell they were going to do with that universe. That was at the point where they were like trying to decide if they were going to do the 21 Jump Street Men in Black thing, and they had the idea.
Oh, that's right.
And the interview happened, and
yeah. Oh, wow.
That was so that wasn't even worth it. That movie was kind of lame.
I forget this movie came out a long time ago. Like 20
yeah, this movie came out a long time ago.
It feels like it came out like last year or 2 years ago.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The problem with this movie in his directing is sometimes I feel like I'm watching an F. Gary Gray movie because I'm like, oh, that's cool. And other times it's like it feels like he was just told to make it a fast movie and just do it, man. In this particular scene, it's like, oh, okay, he's putting his little stamp on it. Okay, it looks cool. This is nice. Because when the humor is there to make you laugh a little and there's action going on, I'm like, okay, I feel the stamp of the director here. And then when it gets boring, it's like, okay, I completely forgot he did this. Shit.
His direction is, his action stuff is very competent. I think this is the best action that he's done for sure. But I think in some part he tried to mimic James Wan a little bit because there's
feels like it little.
Sometimes he did the 90-degree angle trick.
That was where I was like, you're not doing it quite as well. Don't
it's like you're trying to be James Wan. It's like he's trying to keep the tone of the last movie. He's like, all right, that movie worked out. Let's try to do the same thing here. People loved it. Let's just keep it going. And didn't work as much, but his action is pretty competent. It's just there's nothing, I guess, super unique about his action.
It's just I feel like they didn't give him enough to work with.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you can't make bad dialogue good with good directing. He tried, I guess. I want to say I guess he did try. It does mostly. I'll say this: it's good to look at. The film is really good to look at. Like, no, you're gonna have a good time if you watch this movie and you're invested. I guess it's definitely good looking.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good looking. It's just there's some unique stuff.
I feel like I'm talking about a Michael Bay movie. The Transformers, they look cool.
They look cool. No, there's no way. This is much better than any of Transformers movies. Like, oh my god. But there's some unique stuff from F. Gary Gray, but just for overall,
it's not consistent. Identity. The tone stamp is not consistent throughout the whole movie.
It's like anybody could have done this movie. It's like, there's some inventive shots from him, like for example,
like the intro part. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm watching I was like, oh shit, because this is right after I'm like, oh, Trailer Compton was pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, this is a cool opening scene. Yeah, F. Gary Gray knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay.
And the best shot that he did or one of the best shots, I love this shot in New York when it's like it's like a mounted it's like he mounted the camera on Dominic's car, so he's driving on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay, that was cool. I'll admit that.
That's cool.
Despite that there's a lot of dumb things going on during that scene, and we'll get to it. But that was a cool shot.
It's like there are some inventive stuff, but overall it's very standard for the most part. So I'm like, all right, it's competent, I guess. And it's well done, and I can see what's going on. You know, I think Henry would like to see. Henry would say that. You know, I can see
Henry,
what's going on.
Henry, come and speak to the people. I have him right here live right now. Henry,
Henry,
no, not here. Okay,
he's not here. He's busy
right.
with Mr. Nobody, man. He's busy doing his mission. But F. Gary Gray, he did good. He did fine. He did fine.
Not his best directing. Not his.
Uh,
Yeah, he's made worse films.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's just standard.
Yeah, just don't watch the
That's
Men in
what it
Black
was.
movie. That's my
Yeah, I
PSA.
forgot.
Don't
I
watch Men in
forgot.
Black 3, whatever it was. No, it wasn't even 3. No, what? I'm sorry. Not 3. That was. I'll defend 3. That was not a bad movie.
He did
Wrong
2.
one. It's the 4th movie.
He did. 2.
No.
the fourth
F.
movie?
Gary Gray did
yeah.
not. F. Gary Gray didn't direct
Dude, I
the 3rd
forgot
movie.
there's
That's
4
wrong.
I forgot there was 4 movies of Men in Black.
I don't even know if they called it the
Crap.
4th movie. I think it was like some like
International.
back in action. Oh yeah, that's what it was. International.
I forgot
Because that was the first one where we were like, we're not in America no more.
Oh my God.
We're in other places, and we got Thor and
Right and
chick from Thor. You guys know her, is that right? Okay, cool. Hey, we're gonna reference Will Smith.
and Thor in that movie.
At that point, I'd rather watch Ghostbusters. At least
Right.
he was trying in that movie. I was like, oh, okay, he seems to be trying in this movie.
Crap. Dude, I forgot that movie, that MIB4 was a thing. I forgot this shit. Oh my God.
Oh, I saw it and I was like, eh.
Why did I remember this movie now? Fuck.
Oh, sorry for reminding you. Yeah, F. Gary Gray directed that. Got to remind you.
Please, F. Gary Gray, we want you to do better. Please.
I know he's got to do like a Snoop Dogg biopic or something. I don't know.
Dude, he needs to go back to.
What? Yeah, that's
basics.
a question. Why hasn't that been made? Why doesn't he just do it?
Right, right. Damn. Especially get the guy who was in Compton to do that movie.
Yeah, that was like Keith Stanfield. Although I don't.
Was that with Keith Stanfield?
Yeah, that was
Really?
like KeithStanfield, man.
I could barely.
I don't think he did a great job in that movie. It's not Snoop Dogg's story though. Maybe if he had a chance, he would do all right. I believe
think it'd
him.
be cool. Damn, but yeah, that's Gary Gray, man. Yikes.
I know.
Good,
I'm taking you down memory lane.
Not too good right now. But let's move on to dude. I love how this movie. Now they're doing like the whole like who's better, because at first it was, is Dom better than Brian? Oh wait, is Dom better than Hobbs? Oh wait, is Hobbs better than Shaw? Like, how many people we're gonna pit against each other in this fucking franchise? It's something. But
Brian.
I also like how, like I mentioned, is Little Nobody's like he's all about the books, and so I love how he cuffed everyone up. I'm like, only
That's
he
so
would do
funny.
that. Yeah, I was like, that shit was funny.
Oh no.
He was like, oh shit. He's like, you told me to round him up. I love how Kurt Russell's like, come on.
That feels real. He was like, what the shit are you doing? Don't do that.
These people are family, man. These people are family. What are you doing? They're friends. I'm like, oh man. It's all of this shit. I also love how Roman being number 11 on the most wanted list. I thought that was kind of. You don't like that? You don't like that?
That was it was funny at first, and then I'm like, oh, so this is a joke.
It didn't work for you.
Okay. At first it was funny, then it was like, okay, you see, this is the problem with Tyrese in these movies. He's kind of funny at first, then he just milks the joke. That's the second movie. He's kind of funny, then he milks the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see you're just gonna keep going with this.
Yeah, because they keep going with the joke, like, oh, I'm number whatever. I'm like,
It's like, okay, we don't care, Roman.
yeah.
Clearly the cast doesn't care because they're not interacting with you even.
No, they're like, are you done? Okay, let's move on. It's like that's what he did. What they do with them. But at the beginning was, I don't know, I liked it. The only part was like, yikes, was Ted's reaction, like, because they were like, oh, Rancey's number 10, and Ted.
Okay, I want to talk about something about it. I was like, is he checking that girl out? Because he was like, Ludacris was like legit like,
Dude, that's
somebody must not have told him the camera was on him because he was checking her out like totally, and he was like,
yeah, some moments are kind of uncomfortable, especially his response. He was like, "Oh yeah, she's a 10." I'm like, oof.
I was like, that's not a good joke. And then he's like
good.
looking at her, and I'm like, look, I know you're Ludacris, but like, you know the camera's on you, correct?
Yeah, it's just don't do that. It's weird. But I also love how the only person, dude, I love when this is why I love this character, Little Nobody. When he calls Roman a 12-year-old, I was like, yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I clapped. I was like, yes!
Only
Somebody called it out!
He's
yes!
Like, yay! That's awesome. And then Roman, dude, I was like, yes, Roman's doing good, but oh my god, once he brings the joke about Cypher is hot, she's not a hacker. I'm like,
and that's where I disagree with Roman. I was like,
oh, come on, man.
really, man? We're gonna
do that.
Okay.
She's hot.
I mean,
because he was like, oh, I want to contact her or whatever.
Outside of this movie, sure, she's a hot, yeah, but not.
But he's like, I want to contact her. She's hot. I want to fuck her. Like,
all
right, Roman, you're fucking horny as hell, as always. Jesus Christ, it's stupid. But I also love Hobbs and Shaw's witty banter in this scene because I love how Shaw makes a joke like, oh, you know, if you have a small head, or he makes a joke about his shirt being too tight. I like that shit. I thought it was funny. I like that shit. Also, The Rock's line of Team Crumpet some bitch. What's this Team Crumpet some bitch doing here? I was like, oh shit. Only The Rock can say something like that. It's funny. I like that stuff. But it's like
a bitch.
I love seeing the family's response, by the way, when they see that Shaw is here, like, oh shit, I don't want to. No, hell no, I don't want to work with this guy. No, this dude murdered Han. He murdered Han. For the whole movie. Oh,
this is the only time where they're like
logical about it.
Fuck that guy.
Like, fuck him.
But now he's family.
But now he's family. He's so cool. I was surprised that they did not stay with that reaction for the whole movie, because I'm like,
yeah,
this is a logical reaction to have.
So you guys are just gonna accept this now?
It's kind of uncomfortable. That made me really feel kind of uncomfortable that they're kind of cool with him by the end of the movie. Like,
but he's family.
I guess.
See, they left it in a good spot in the 7th movie. Like, all right, he's all locked up. Now they were like, oh well, you know, Jason Statham, he's big now, so let's make him part of the family.
Did you like the idea of Shaw being an ally to the team? Because I think
he killed Han.
Yeah,
easy answer. No.
Because I think in paper, in concept, it's a good idea. Like,
oh sure, yeah.
The villain of the last movie, a part of the team now, like, you know, the unlikely ally. That's a cool idea. The execution, although I do like him being part of the team, they completely disregard a lot of stuff from the last movie, especially, like we mentioned, he murdered Han, and they kind of mentioned this in the movie. I mean, actually, they don't even mention his name. They just like, they don't want to work with him. They just say like, oh, I don't want to work with this guy.
No Tokyo.
Like, I don't want to talk with this. I don't want to talk with this guy. I don't want to work with him. But they completely, not just that, but they completely disregard a huge part from the last movie, because, you know, the whole point of his mission in the last movie, he wanted to kill the team, because they're like, you fuck with my brother, I'm gonna fuck with you guys, and they just completely throw that away.
Your brother like killed people.
Yeah, it's like, because then they introduced this idea like, oh wait, actually, Owen Shaw was working for Cypher, you know, and all that stuff, you know.
A lame excuse to somehow make us like him now.
Right, because like, oh, she's
we've come full circle. This is why Cypher's bad, because she can control anybody.
Yes, she's
nothing.
Thanos.
Nothing is presented to us other than, oh, he said it, so we must believe him. It's like,
yeah.
What? No, we don't take your word over it. No, that's not how this works.
And I also hated because like he joins the team because he says, all right, Cypher fucked over my brother. I want to take revenge on her. But we don't mention how he completely went against the team in the last movie because he thought that it was their fault that he fucked his brother up. So like,
that's not what I was presented with last movie. We mentioned nothing of this woman.
Yeah, and
all of a sudden, is he good?
So like, and you know that this is technically Cypher's fault. So why did you go against Dom and the crew in the last? Doesn't make any sense.
You, it's bad writing, man.
It's like, really bad writing. It's just like doesn't make any sense. And also, it would have worked better if they were unlikely allies. Like, all right, we'll work with you. We don't like you, but we got
That would have been fine. Like,
that would
okay,
be cool.
they could have done the Mandalorian route. Like, okay, we'll have this guy help me, and then get him the fuck out of here. You're out of the plot. Get out of here.
Exactly. And maybe throughout the journey, they could maybe amend with each other. Like, all right, I'm sorry for what I did. Because by the way,
but that's not an apology's not even given. Yeah.
Does Shaw apologize? No, he does not.
Oh, sorry for killing that guy in Tokyo. You know,
this doesn't even brought up in the next movie, so I hope they bring it back in Fast 9. Because what the fuck? I mean, back.
I was gonna be like, you bastard, you bastard.
I would love if Han comes back in F9. And he's like, you guys work with who now? My murderer? What? You guys are friends?
That's not in the trailer presented at all. It's like,
yeah, he's like,
I got them back, and Lucas Black is here, and Bow Wow, I guess. Where's Suki, man? I was expecting her to be here. No. That's why I was back.
Dude, there's a lot of things they completely disregard. So I hope Justin Lin is like pissed off. I'm like, what? You did what now to my character?
Oh, so he's gonna be the J.J. Abrams of the Fast universe.
Back.
He's coming back to fix it. The Star Wars universe. I mean, Fast and the Furious.
Hell no, justice for Han. Hashtag justice for Han. Because what the fuck, man? They completely.
Well, apparently we're gonna get it.
Throw that away. So hopefully they amend things, make Shaw pay. Because what the fuck, man? Shaw just. He got off with it super easily. I'm like, get the hell out of here. So that's pretty fucked up. That's really fucked up for them to do that. But the idea of him being the part of the team is a cool idea, execution wise. Although I didn't enjoy him being there, not so good. So pretty fucked up. But I love how Roman is contributing. He's contributing. Well,
Tyrese is acting.
He's actually acting because he comes up with ideas. Although it doesn't work, his idea didn't work, but at least he tried. He tried to put an idea out there. I'm like, wow, that's actually not a bad idea because they bring back God's Eye, which is cool. Bring that back, and that's oh, remember that from the last movie? That's back. Cool, that's awesome. Also,
oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to the half point of the film.
Right. It's like I love that Roman came up with a solution instead of being misogynistic or homophobic or racist, like as he always is. So hey, that's a good change of pace for that character. I like
character development.
That's
how beautiful.
And then I'm skipping the Dom infiltrates the HQ stuff because I don't fucking care. Except for like, oh, Cypher kisses Dom. That's so fucking stupid. Really shitty. And then Vin Diesel.
Oh my god. Well, hold on. I want to talk about that kiss because that kiss was like.
That kiss was hot though. That kiss was hot. I will say that. I was like, shit.
You really thought that was hot?
At least.
I didn't believe it.
She was reaching for it. I was like, damn. I was like, okay.
Because Vin Diesel was not trying. She was. Sure.
Okay. She was, of course. Because he's not supposed to try. He's supposed to be like, no, I'm with Letty. Don't kiss me. But it's like Vin Diesel was like, all right.
I will say Michelle Rodriguez is like. I
was like, no. Vin Diesel's like, I couldn't do anything. I'm forced to be kissed.
This is where the score's like, okay, we're gonna go to 100.
Like, orchestra comes out of nowhere, like, what the fuck?
I'm like, oh, okay. Hi there.
But it's like Vin Diesel said, like, all right, we got Charlize in this movie. Can I kiss her somehow? Wait, shit, I'm with Letty. Fuck. I'm a bad guy now. Kiss me, Charlize. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm surprised they didn't have her in a car and on top of him, like, hey, I guess it's part of the plot. Okay.
I don't want to do this. I'm like, all right, sure. Or Vin Diesel, I guess. This is so stupid. Also, is Shaw coming back in Fast 9? Is he coming back or is he not? Is he coming back? I would love.
What? I'm not Justin Lin. Don't ask me. I don't know the details.
I thought you knew the details, man. I would love for him to come back because they make a big connection between him and Cypher. So I'd love for that to come back because Cypher's coming back for the next movie. So I would love for Statham to come back and bring that full circle, which I don't think they will do. but that's another issue. So I love how Roman mentions Brian. That's cool. I love they mentioned Brian again, and I love how they actually want to bring it back to action. They're like, all right, let's call Brian. And we're like, no, let's not bring it back. We promised not to bring him back. So their explanation for not bringing Paul Walker back makes sense in here. It's like, all right, that's.
I know. I thought it was such a throwaway line though.
Oh,
I
you
was
really
like,
thought? Because it makes sense. I was like, it makes sense.
it makes does it make sense? For obvious reasons, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, obviously, but it's like I get why. You know, he's a father. He's moving on. You can't bring it back. So.
In the scheme of the plot, I will be nice. It does make sense.
Yeah.
Do I think Michelle Rodriguez committed to the line, and was it good?
Yeah.
I didn't think her delivery was great in the line.
No.
And I'm like, look, I know Paul Walker can't come back, obviously, to do this movie. Here's the problem. They really teased like Paul Walker when Seven came out. They were like, oh, maybe we can get his brother to come back and do some scenes.
Yeah.
Fast 8 comes out. Nah, we're just going to put a throwaway line and be like, nah. I get it. It's too.
His brother?
I'd be curious. I'd be curious if they could pull that off. I was curious about it because I was like, would it be weird? Yeah, maybe they tried it. You know, like how they tried to put that guy from Bill and Ted and Bill and Ted 3. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, maybe it was for the best. I just think the line is like, okay, yeah,
right.
That's just it's kind of a cheap excuse not to have him in the movie. I guess it's nice to be reassured. It's like, okay, Brian would know the right thing to do. That I'm fine with. But then it's like, no, he's a family man. I'm like, whoa, calm down there.
Right?
Listen, stop.
I promise not to bring it back.
Calm down. Hey, but that's in the game. Hold on. That's being hypocritical because in the 6th movie, it's like, once you go through those doors, you're a changed man. Right. But all of a sudden, when it's the 8th movie, conveniently, nah,
right?
I'm Letty.
Even
I'm a woman. Movie. He needs to be with his family.
Exactly. Even the last one, they're like, bring it back. Fuck it. One last round. I'm like, God.
I was like,
but this one's like, no.
No. It's like, plot convenience. I see. You just don't want to bring him back.
That's true. I guess right now it was a cool explanation, but yeah, at the same time, it's like you did it 2 times before. Why can't you do it now?
Like we obviously know why it can't happen.
Yeah, they're tied down, so they have no other choice but to come up with something. So they tried their best, I think. So it was good for what they had to do. So it was nice. I enjoyed that. But also, there's a question. Like, is Mia never coming back? Are we done with her? Because I get why Brian, but I would hate for her to never come back because she's stuck with Brian. You know what I mean? I would love for her to come back. But
that's a great question. I don't know if she's ever coming back.
Yeah, because like the issue is if they bring her back, then where the hell's Brian? You know, so that's the complication. But I would hate for her to never come back again because, well, I'm with Brian. You know, so that would really suck. So I don't know. Hopefully she's back in F10.
Maybe she's in a cameo. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, hold on a second. It says it right here that she's going to be in the movie.
Really?
What?
All right, cool. All right, cool. She's coming back. That's good to know. I will love to see how. Maybe it's a cameo or something.
Maybe this is. See, now maybe they found a way to be like, listen, we can't put Paul Walker in the movie. We gotta have the sister in the movie. Maybe that. I don't know. We'll see. She's pretty high on that. I don't know on the list.
Hopefully she could. I don't know. Because I would hate her to not be used again.
They're retconning it. They're like, who's Brian?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Who's Brian? He's taking care of the kid. Okay. All right. That's what he's doing. He's a father. That's cool. But
see, that's what they could do. They could be like, oh, he's going to drop off Jack.
Yeah, he's dropping.
Can't be here.
Yeah, he's in a parent-teacher conference. I don't know.
Parent-teacher conference. Shit.
I'm late. So I don't know. Hopefully, Jordana Brewster, we want you back. We'll love to see you back. That'd be nice. But we finally reveal why Dom has turned because Nevis is back. I was like, oh shit, it's cool to see her back. Great.
Yeah, it's cool,
but wait a minute. He has a son. Dun dun dun. Mark, what did you think of the twist of him having a child? It's
All right,
development.
next.
It's development for the
Okay.
character. He's a father now.
I will say this. It got Vin Diesel to act in this scene because I was like,
Yes.
He's trying.
Dude, when he gets
I was like,
mad,
oh, Charlize Theron is trying. What's going on here?
Dude, when Dom gets mad, I don't know.
What was it cool for her to come back? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna play. I was like, oh, this is still. God damn it, motherfuckers! You assholes! Why is this part actually getting me a little? I wasn't like full on crying, but I was like, kind of like, God damn it! You assholes! Now because they put a kid in front of me, I was completely fine until they showed the kid. I was like, you dicks! You know I'm not a monster. Fuck you! Because that kid, I was like, oh, well, they must have done something because this child is trying, and I'm like, I kind of feel it a little. I'm like, oh, yeah. God damn it, you dicks!
Dude, this baby is a great actor. I was like, holy shit, man. But
what now? Was I crying down my eyes? I'll admit, when I watched the movie initially, I was like, did I feel it the second time around? Not as much, but I was like, okay, there's an attempt in this scene. I appreciate the effort that was tried. Did I care 100%? Not all the way.
No. I didn't even care because I knew he's gonna be fine. It's Dominic's baby. He's not gonna die. He will be fine, you know. But I do like, okay, so I guess. I mean, do I love the addition of him having a kid?
It's okay.
It's like, all right, it's what it is. I don't care about it, but all right, he's a baby. He's a baby now. All right, we'll just move on. That's what it is. But also, I love how they add this idea of like, oh, he doesn't have a first name yet. I was like, I know where you're gonna go with this. I know.
Okay, that part was dumb. I was like,
I know
you assholes. I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
this is stupid.
Come on. It's like, I know what's gonna happen. So, like, all right. But also, Dom, how's Vince's kid? Just saying. How's his baby? Did you take care of him like you said in Fast 5? Take care of that.
Wah, wah, wah.
Also, I love how it runs in the family because, like, just like Brian, Dom went all in, bro, all in, and they had no cap and have a baby. He's like, go.
Well, I mean, I guess they did establish they slept together. Okay.
Yeah, it was like, bro, Brian.
Although I don't know,
they're going crazy.
I don't know if it makes sense in the continuity because I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. Hold on a minute.
Well, she did say like, oh, it was before the honeymoon and all that shit.
I'm like, oh.
It was after 6, I think, or around 6, I think. I was like, bro, Brian and Dawn, man.
But I'm expecting these movies to have continuity and consistency.
Yeah. After 7, I lost. After 7, I lost all faith on continuity anymore. It's like, man, why did you do that? But I love how it's just like Dom and Brian having babies left and right. Also, is this teardrop? Is that CGI? Because I was like, that tear.
Okay, see, that part didn't look real to me. I didn't believe that.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. That teardrop is not real. Come on. It's like, I don't know. Is he acting? I don't think so. But that was funny. But yeah, this is one of the scenes like between like the Dom storyline that actually. The only thing I like was Vince's performance. Like we mentioned, he was actually like, holy shit, it's kind of crazy right now. He's getting mad. Like, oh fuck, I believe that he's getting mad. So I applaud him for that. On this whole scene,
they added an extra 0.
Yeah, like, oh shit, because like when he gets mad at Charlize, I'm like, oh shit, Charlize, get out of there. Like
it's the only time where I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
she's threatening somebody. That's the only time where I'm like, okay, she's a villain here in this area. Sure, we're presented with something. There's something to make me go, okay. All right, you tried, movie.
Right, we tried. But the only thing I liked about that scene was just his performance, and that's the only thing I care about.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'm also surprised that throughout this whole franchise, we've never been to New York before. I was like, oh shit, it took us 8 movies and we're in New York now? That's surprising. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't even bring out 50 Cent for this. I was like,
Right?
you're gonna go to New York and not even have 50 Cent, but
Or
okay.
JC, JC having a track in here.
Ja Rule. See, that's a missed opportunity. They could have brought Ja Rule back. He's from New York. See, they could have.
Yeah,
but they were like, Ja Rule's canceled after Fire. What's Fire Fest doing this? I'm trying to think if it was or not.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was around this time.
They were like, oh no,
so.
no,
like,
no, baby, no. That's not family.
There was no JC. New York. There's none of that. No,
nah, they couldn't get the copyrights for that. I'm sure. Jay-Z was like, nah, I'm giving you permission for that.
Not even a cameo from Jay-Z, man. No.
See, has he ever acted? I don't think that would be weird to be like, yeah,
right?
I'm here.
I don't think he's ever acted. Yeah,
maybe Beyonce sure has. So I'm like,
yeah. So maybe he's never acted before. But I get some New York people in there.
I mean, that would have made that scene better. I'm like, oh, Jay-Z.
Right. Yeah, it was Jay-Z.
Oh, yay. Back to the cars. Okay. Yeah, let's get into that part. I want to get into that part.
Speaking of the cars, I mean, I love the garage stuff. The garage stuff was funny. I like the orange Lamborghini bit was funny. It's like the Blanchett joke sucked. I was like, oh, are you Black Santa? Like,
okay, you know what? I gotta give that actor credit because that was what made me laugh. Tyrese's line was stupid. It was dumb, but that actor was like.
He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
No, man. Right? I'm just as tired of these other actors. Fuck out of here, young blood. Get out of here.
But I love the whole garage, like these cars and shit. But yeah, let's talk about how unclever and fucking stupid Cypher is, because I was like, all right, her plan.
Well,
before the plan, let's talk about Dom. I mean, dude, she's so dumb that she trusts Dom to go by himself. Or I mean, sure, you can tell. A
reference to Too Fast, Too Furious? Maybe. Wink, wink.
Well, wait, what reference?
Well, I'm just saying because in Too Fast, Too Furious, they're like, "Oh, Brian, we trust you to do this." Or no, Fast and the Furious, we trust you to do this.
That's true.
You can do this, right? You're not gonna get too close.
I hated how I was like, all right, sure, Rhodes, the henchman, is around, but you trust him so much to drive far away from the other guy. He's by himself.
It is such a dumb scene.
You believe that his car just breaks down just out of nowhere, and you're like, you put him in an area there's nowhere to look, or like.
I know, conveniently there's no cameras.
There's no cameras anywhere, and they're like, "Where's the people?"
And the callback to the scene later is so dumb. It's
like, yeah, but it's like, dude, you trust him so much to just be by himself and no one keep an eye on him, like. You're so fucking dumb. She's like, please, where's Dom? Everybody, where's Dom? Please,
and the reveal of why in this scene, why it's happening, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, so that's why?
Yeah, it's so...
Okay.
Wow, the Cypher, you're really, really dumb. But, by the way, Helen Mirren's in this fucking movie, everybody.
Okay, I was, like, happy to see her, and then I'm like, oh, that's who she's playing?
Yeah, right, because I'm like...
Okay.
The first time around, it's like, Helen Mirren's in this? I forgot she was casted in this movie. So I'm like, oh shit.
She was trying. I mean, I suppose, but
she was good. She was fine.
She was cool. I mean, they didn't give her a lot to work with, other than
she's good.
She's this character's mother.
Yeah, right. It's like,
okay.
But before they reveal that stuff, I was like, wait, so who the hell is Helen Mirren?
Yeah, in that scene they don't reveal it, and I'm like,
how does he know her? Like, he knows everybody. Like, what is going on right now? It's ridiculous. How does he know this?
In reality, this song this scene has to be more than 5 minutes.
Right.
The way it's elongated, I'm like,
oh yeah. He's like, give me 5 minutes. He's like, I'm like, that's not 5 minutes, bro. Like, they were struggling to find Dom the whole time. Like, that was at least 5 minutes or 50.
Shit.
He's like, where's Dom? I want eyes on Dom right now. Everybody, cameras. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. But I love how, so this is a little side note. I love how in movies they show like files or newspapers and you can pause and read them. So I love that they showed a file on Shaw and I paused and was like, oh, let me see some info on him. And they revealed Helen Mirren's character a little bit because they were like, oh, his mother is unknown, but his father's dead. I'm like,
see, because that's the reveal in that scene. And I'm like,
yeah, it's like a little Easter before they reveal. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
That's so dumb. Don't.
That was like, that's the little thing there. But I really liked the scene between Hobbs and Shaw in the garage because they're like bonding with each other. They were like, oh, they kind of get to know their past. I'm like, oh, so you're a captain, you're this and this. And then I love that.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good scene.
But all that out of nowhere, because they're still not like each other. And then out of nowhere, it's just laughing and they're having a good time again. I'm like, the fuck? They're just okay with each other now? Okay.
You see, you
came out of
expect
nowhere.
consistency in the plot of the characters.
It's a cute scene when they laugh at each other, but it's like, where does this come from? They hate each other the whole time, and I guess they finally thought, well, this is ridiculous. We're just hate each other the whole time. This is hysterical, right? We'll just laugh. But I was like, okay. But this scene, although I love that they're bonding, is an issue that I have that I'll bring up next week. Because, yeah. Yeah, we'll bring up next week. Oh my god. But I also love seeing the dude from Home Alone 3 as the prime minister from Russia. I don't know if you remember, if you recognize the guy.
Listen, when Macaulay Culkin left, I stopped giving a shit.
Oh, what? I love Home Alone 3. I love that movie as a kid. I was like, fuck yeah, this movie's awesome.
Oh, as a kid, I vaguely remember watching it.
I remember the prime minister. He's like the leader of the gang of criminals. I'm like, oh shit, is that guy? But okay, let's talk about the zombie car sequence. Did you like the sequence? Did you like this? Because I thought a cool idea, right? You're using these cars to follow and push him down. It makes sense. But
I'll do it in song.
Right, but then I gave it thought. It's the stupidest idea in this whole franchise.
It was not good. It was not good. Okay, but seriously, it was
the dumbest sequence ever. It was really dumb.
It gets to the point where it turns into a cartoon, and I feel like, is any of this even real? This just looks like CGI.
Dude, because World War C in one scene, in one shot, when they all swarm against the building, I was like, get the fuck out of here. I
felt like I was watching Transformers at that point.
Dude, God, dude,
that's how bad it got for me.
It's so dumb.
I'm just laughing and I'm having a good time, but I'm like, this is not good. Objectively, this is terrible. This is really not good action. It's terrible. It's not well shot. It's like it's almost as if Elon Musk was like, what if cars turned? Sorry, I gotta talk like him. What if cars turned evil?
Right.
It felt like an SNL skit written by Elon Musk at that point. I was like, cars are evil.
Cars are evil. It was so dumb, especially the cars raining from the buildings.
They thought that was badass. They were like, oh, yeah.
I was like, what the hell? The cars blowing up everywhere around the street. I'm like, oh my god, this looks pretty bad. This is so ridiculous. It's a mixed bag because some stuff was filmed pretty cool, but most of it was.
I see you being nice again.
Some stuff I did enjoy. I was like, oh shit, like these cars are being remote controlled. Oh shit.
Oh, when it looked practical, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm with it now. I'm with it for right now. But the minute they swarmed them all down, like copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. I swore there were some cars that were the same when I looked at it. I was like, no, you can't do this. This isn't a video game. You can't do that.
It is so dumb. And it gets worse when they rip off basically Winter Soldier with Dom's outfit and shit, getting top of the cars in slow motion. He's like, I'm menacing and I'm bad. It was like, this is straight from like Winter Soldier, the movie, and the character. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is so dude.
I see they're preparing us for the next film.
Dude, it's so silly. He's with the suit and the mask. I'm like, what and the giant ass fucking chainsaw that he has, like, what? Or buzzsaw, whatever. I was like, what the hell?
He had a jaws of life. He stole from the fire department.
Yeah, right. I was like, so dude, and also why people in movies, why don't they shoot when they use a shield? Shoot in the leg, god damn it, shoot in the fucking leg. It's not complicated at all. Dude, I mean, literally, this dude shooting Dom the whole time, but at the shield, like his legs exposed. Shoot.
Here you go, thinking
like,
reasonable thoughts.
I was like, come on! It's the same thing happens with Captain America. Shoot the goddamn leg. It's not complicated at all. But I was like, that is so fucking stupid. So this whole thing with Dom, I was like, this is dumb as hell. And although it's like overly dramatic and it's also funny, I love Dom confronting the family. That was kind of a neat little scene. They tie him down, and it was like, "Oh shit, I'm."
Oh yeah, that part, the part where they're like,
That was kind of cool.
that was cool. I was like, oh, okay, you're winning me back a
cool.
little.
Right?
This is cool.
It's like, and it makes the cars flip over and shit. Like, okay, this is kind of nice. Although I found it disrespectful that Mister Nobody Junior is using like a blue Subaru. I was like, wait a minute, that's Brian's car. Don't ever make anyone else drive a blue Subaru unless it's Paul Walker. I was like,
but it's Scott Eastwood. He's Clint Eastwood's
no.
son.
I was like, no, he's not Brian O'Connor. Okay, don't you dare do that. I also love that he was only there in the action sequence for like a minute before he got stuff. I was like, well,
you see, he was filming that horse movie.
Is this around the time that movie came out?
It had to be somewhere around there. And that I never saw that. Whatever it was, 50 Shades of Not Gray. I don't know.
It's stupid, but I like the sequence. I guess I like but after the zombie car stuff, I like this whole chasing down Dom. It's kind of cool. It's practical for the most part. I also love Roman's joke about not my Bentley, like no, and then he gets flipped over. Like that's kind of funny. Like his reaction is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I love like if you want to know how strong Dominic Toretto is, the moment he slams the fucking door, from like the Rock is like has his door tied down. He's like, well, boom, and then he makes Rock's fucking truck flip over with that slam. Like, okay, that's what happened. That happened right there. And then, oh my god, did Shaw die in this movie? Because he got shot. Dominic Toretto's a killer. Whoa, dude! I remember when I first saw this. I don't know why. I was caught by surprise. I was like, did he just kill Jason Statham right now? This early on in the movie, like he just became part of the team. Like they just kill him.
I didn't even give a shit.
I was like,
oh, okay, cool. He got his revenge. All right, we're done.
I was like, I watched this movie because I want to save him, and they killed him. I was like, no way. I was like, no way they kill him all. But
that's not true. He's third top billing. He would never do that.
But I was like, no way. I was like, I remember the first time watching it, I didn't know what to believe. I was like, is he dead? So I was crying crazy. But I also love because even later on they confirmed like, oh yeah, because they were like, is he okay? And they're like, no, he died. I'm like, did he just kill me? I'm like, okay. So Jason Statham was like, peace out. I'm done. I'm like, okay. So I love seeing Hobbs' reaction to seeing Shaw getting killed. He was like, no, because I guess Shaw's his buddy now, man. They're best friends now. He's like, he's my buddy. No, you. So or maybe because he just didn't like the idea of Dom being a killer, but maybe that's not it. But I don't know. But I don't know. That scene caught me off guard. But also, I love seeing. This is also so stupid. I mean, Dom has the chance to be with Letty by themselves. I mean, he is with her by themselves for like 3 minutes or something. And doesn't have the chance to like at least explain to her what's going on. He's like, I can't tell you anything. I gotta go. I'm like, bro,
not even a little
kiss or something. I mean, there's no cameras around. There's no one around. You can explain to her like, okay, Letty, this is what's going on. I'm being forced to do this. I'm not a bad guy. I gotta go. Nope. It's unnecessarily dramatic for no reason. It's like, we gotta keep the drama. So like, we're not gonna make him explain. We're like, fuck the writers, man. I mean, Chris Morgan, come on, what's going on, my dude? Jesus, so stupid. And also, like I said, I found it so uncomfortable when everybody felt Shaw's death. They were upset by it. Everybody when they found out like
Han!
Because Ted
killer.
Because even Ted was like, oh no, fuck, Shaw died. And did you forget that he killed your brother Han? Oh, we're forgetting this. Even Haas was really upset about it. He's like, nah! He slams he slams the fuck out of a steel door, and he puts a big ass dent on it. I was like, so he's a superhuman right now. He's the Hulk in this movie. He's just super strong. He's made of steel. It's like, what the hell's going on with this character? It's it's weird. I don't know. It's really weird that people are feeling his death. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Oh, I didn't.
It's so uncomfortable. Like, what the hell? It's And then there's another Dom. Oh, by the way, also I want to talk about how cool. I don't know. Do you think that Scott Eastwood is Mr. Nobody's son in this movie? Because they kind of imply in a little bit, like, is he his kid? Because they kind of look. I was like, wait a minute. They kind of look like the actors kind of look at each other a little bit. He kind of looks like a young Kurt Russell more than Wyatt Russell. Like,
heavily implied. I had nothing to confirm that.
I don't know, because there was this one scene where like Mr. Nobody just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, what the hell you're doing? I love his reaction.
Maybe we'll get some kind of clarification in the sequel. Maybe, I don't know.
Because his reaction was like, "What are you doing here?" You know, almost like a kid talking about his dad. Like, "Oh, come on, Dad, come on."
Dad, I'm on a spy mission.
My dad, I'm being a grown up. I'm being a grown up, Dad. What are you doing here? So I was like, I guess he's his dad. I can see that. So that was kind of cool. But there's another scene between Dom and Cypher. Who the fuck cares? I mean, Vin Diesel's acting here. He's great. That's it. And I also forgot that Neves dies in this movie. It's like, oh shit, they just killed her off in this movie. Okay, that happened. I felt disappointed by that death, and this is why.
Because they didn't show.
Not just that. Well, not really that. It's just like they were kind of developing this character. Like in the last movie, like, oh, it's just promoted. He's gonna become, higher up. He's gonna have a lot of stuff, aspirations.
And they're like, screw that bitch.
Yeah, screw that. It's like in this movie, it's like she's a hostage and she's killed as a hostage. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is how we're gonna.
I love how Cypher though comes out and she's like, a child. She's like petting it like a cat, and I'm like,
it's like a blow.
What is this, an 80s cartoon?
Right?
The fuck are you doing?
Hell. So I was like, man, they really killed. I mean, balls hate to kill a character, but it's like, man, they really just.
It's just not a well done scene.
Yeah, it's like
they want me to care, and that was the one moment where I'm like, look, I don't care if you put a kid in front of me.
Right.
I'm not feeling this. You're not gonna get me this time. It's not gonna work twice in a row. Don't do that.
Yeah, so that sucks. And it's just they had so much potential for her, and it's just like, I guess we'll kill her off for drama purposes. I'm like, oh.
And I'm supposed to be emotional because I remember there were people in the theater when I was watching this. They were like, "Yeah,
really?" I didn't really care about her death.
And I'm like,
I don't really care.
Well, see, I skipped Fast 5, so like back then I was like, why do I care about this bitch?
Right, like, why do I care about her?
Who is this woman? Even in context of watching Fast 5, I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like we got to know her enough. Yeah, like, I guess we get to know her in Fast 5, but like that's about the only film where we get character development from her. In the sixth movie, she's resorted to, I'm the guard.
Yeah, I'm the girlfriend. I'm the ex-girlfriend. And
Ooh.
And like 7, it's like they set her up to like having good, bigger stuff for her future. I'm like, nope, she's a hostage and she's killed. I'm like, okay. That's
this is the best theory that they don't know how to write women sometimes in these films.
Yeah, it's like
only if it's Michelle Rodriguez do they know how to write them, apparently.
It's so disappointing. It's like, what the hell? And this is where we finally find out what's Cypher's motivation arc. It's like, what's she doing? Like, she's stealing the like, what's her plan? But yeah, again, we don't really know her deal. So who cares?
The theory that this was probably just for the cartoon, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna put it in the movie. Go put it in the movie."
Cypher's a big mustache swirling villain. Like, whatever.
You might as well made it a male because she's like the child.
Oh, the child.
I love
and then
this
there's another Dom and Cypher scene. I'm like, oh my god, how many scenes are we gonna have with these two people? I don't want to see this. There's a monologue with animals that she's talking about. I was like, oh, skip that shit.
Oh, that one, I was like,
oh,
I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I'm the crocodile in the well. Like, oh, shut up. I don't care. So, so we're finally in Russia, and Roman jokes about his penis. All right.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. That's how bad Roman was in this movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my pee-pee gets small because it's cold.
Oh yeah. I see. I wanted to internally block that out anyways.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Because like he's so dumb that he doesn't even understand the simplest of terms. Because Ted's just all about, oh shit, like I wrote it down like she rebooted the subs to Slave's command system. He was like, what does that mean, Tej? I'm like, dude, I'm not even a super tech expert. I don't even understand what the hell he said. I mean, are you that dumb, Roland?
Well, apparently, little nobody doesn't know anything either because he's there with him like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's so dumb. Let me ask you, what do you think of this final sequence of the fucking movie? Right? Because it's
the only good thing about this sequence is there's some okay fighting.
Yeah, Letty fighting.
The fighting is okay.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about the explosions and the missiles.
No.
And
it's like it's just pretty straightforward action. Like, oh, we're shooting people, we're fighting people. It's well.
I want you to care, and I'm like,
yeah, it's well done, but it's like this is just standard action. It's just nothing.
The pacing in that sequence goes on forever, and it's like,
oh yeah, it does.
This should be over by now.
Right?
This should be done. This movie should be over. Come on, man.
And they go to the sub. Oh yeah, it goes way too long. It's like, oh, now we're bringing in the sub, and Dom. Oh, because first it started with Dom by himself, and then the crew's interject in the scene. And then we're like, oh no, we're splitting off. We gotta go to the sub, and Rancy gotta go over here. And then we'll stay there for like 7 minutes fighting. And like, okay. I mean, Letty. By the way, the second most brutal death in this franchise is when Letty kills that one dude with the
and Hobbs
holy
is like,
fuck. He was like, well,
damn girl.
Yeah, like that's nasty. I mean, they even show blood splattering on the fucking wall. Like, whoa.
I'm assuming in a rated R cut, it's like, mother. Fucker.
Yeah, right.
Get down here.
I would love to see that death. I'm like, oh shit, that shit's fucked up. Okay.
That's where I'm like, oh shit. She's mad. She's mad. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Oh shit. By the way, I think that bearded guy is also in Game of Thrones, I think. Looks familiar to me. Or maybe he's in another movie. I forgot what movie it was. There's also one part that's funny. I think the funniest thing that Roman's ever done was in this scene where he's like, speaking of the Russian word, he's like, I was like, that's dumb.
That was semi-funny. I got a chuckle out of it.
I was like, that's funny.
Oh, okay. He's trying.
Funny. Yeah, it's like, that's cool. I was like, all right, I bought it, but why the hell would they let him drive an orange Lamborghini in the fucking snow and in the ice?
This is why I'm saying Roman is the most hit and miss character, because that joke is like, wait, so you guys didn't all coordinate that you were supposed to have snow tires?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, they were like, because later on, lady's like, oh, you're regretting driving the Lamborghini now, huh? And I'm like, why did you guys let him drive it in the first place? I mean, this is not, doesn't make any, it's not effective in this environment. Like, why would you let him drive that car? It's like they were like, at this point, they're like, Roman, just do whatever you want. You want to drive the Lamborghini? Sure, whatever. We can't talk you out of it. Just go drive it. We know it's not. Just go ahead.
Yeah, Santa's not going to stop you.
It's stupid, and of course we gotta protect him. Like, oh, my car's sinking in the ice. I'm like,
it's like, oh,
this is where they.
This is
stupid.
This is more excuses for Tyrese to go at the camera.
Yeah,
like Tyrese is just resorted to, I'm gonna do wisecrack jokes.
Yeah.
Go,
and screaming. And he's like, shut up, Tej. I'm like, okay.
It turns into a cartoon at that point because Tyrese is just like jumping around, making terrible jokes.
It's so stupid. And then it's so lame that they have to save him. I'm like, oh, come on, really? Do I have to dedicate this save his ass? I'm like, oh.
Again, fuck the environment because that Lamborghini's down there.
Oh yeah,
those are floor caps. They're done.
They're like, fuck it. I mean, the cap. Whatever they are, Antarctica, whatever they are. Antarctica got fucked up. Antarctica got fucked.
I think it's.
But it's like
Russia or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, they're Russia. Fuck, I even forgot.
Yeah, you were like, oh, we're in Antarctica.
Oh, we're in Antarctica.
Because the map is not consistent in this universe.
Oh, we're in Russia. But it's just even him sliding with the door was kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like,
it was lame.
That
wasn't cool.
But it's like this whole sequence is fine. It only gets crazy when the sub shows up. that's when it gets like over the top. Like this is the that piece of the movie. But even that sucked, man. Even that was like, I don't care.
The obvious CGI sub. That's where I
The
totally
CGI
lost
sub.
interest. I was like, okay, is the movie over? Are we done here?
It keeps going. I'm like, oh my god! And the Rock's fake goatee comes back. Looks terrible. Sorry, looks terrible. And this is where Roman is competent, by the way. This is the only part that I thought, oh my god, Roman is actually effective when he's like, these dudes are about to kill him. And then he pulls a gun and just shoots them in the jet skis or whatever. I'm like, wow, Roman's actually doing something here. He's not a complete fucking idiot. He's like, all right, I can understand why
he was like, I'm gonna bring back my character from Too Fast, Too Furious for a second.
For like a second, it's like, wow, this is character from the second movie. Like, bring me back, please. No.
I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
He's like, he's here, he's back. Like, oh no, he's gone. He's now sliding on the door. Oh, he's back to Roman from 6 and onward. He's gone. So that's so stupid. But then wait a minute. There's 2 people who are hijacking Cypher's plane. Who are these people? Is Deckard and Owen Shaw? What the fuck? What do you think of Owen coming back and them being together in the scene? Did you think it was cool?
Oh, it's pointless.
It's pointless, but
it's a shameless cameo to be like,
yeah,
we got Luke Evans back.
We got him back.
His inclusion was so dumb. I was like, I don't give a shit about this guy. I will admit, however, on the flip side, Jason Statham was cool to an extent, even though it's problematic. He was kind of funny in the scene. I was kind of like, oh, he's got the little dynamic with the baby. Oh, he's playing Alvin and the Chipmunks for him. Oh, that's cute. Wait a minute, this guy's a killer. Why am I doing this?
Right?
What's wrong with me? Why am I doing this?
It's like, it's kind of weird. And by the way, if this movie came out a couple of years later, they could have replaced Alvin Chipmunks with Baby Shark. That would have been more effective for me. It's like Baby Shark.
True, although it's kind of funny that they have Alvin the Chipmunks because I'm I don't know why it's here, but that's kind of funny.
And
it's just blaring.
And I misremembered the scene, but I thought they played the song for like the action sequence, but they didn't do it. So that would have been cool if they played Baby Shark.
That would have been fucking hilarious, but they probably didn't have the copyright for that. Yeah, they probably couldn't do it that long.
Yeah, it's like they'll just do.
And for me,
this is where the baby's so great because like that one scene where it's like,
keep in mind he's like at one moment he's like, I'm gonna turn the baby away, but multiple times he's just killing people in front of the kid. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Oh shit, sorry.
Like, what? But dude, that baby's great in one scene where he's like, I think Shaw smells like something rotten. I was like, is that you? Is that him? And I love the baby's like.
But I love how we established that Shaw's limit is you were gonna kill a baby.
Yeah, right.
Like understandable, but like, wait a minute. What? Why are you the one to voice the reason all of a sudden? Right? I'm sorry, what?
I was like, nah, I'm not buying that. I was like, sure, it's a baby. I get it, but I'm not buying that. But I did like seeing Owen Shaw coming back, and I do like seeing their relationship because like Deckard's like the older brother. He's like, bro, like, don't be stupid. Follow my lead. And Owen's like, oh, sure, yay. And I do like the little reference to Fast 6 is like, Deckard's like, oh, yeah, just stay with me because you're not good with planes. And I love Owen looking at the gate. He's like, yeah, I'm not good with planes. I remember what happened to me in that last movie, and it was not good. So I love that little scene. It was kind of funny.
Oh, I got the reference. I thought it was dumb.
I thought it was like, that's kind of funny. He's like,
they stopped the movie to be like, oh, remember that?
Like,
yeah, gate. See?
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of funny. It's like, it worked out. So it's cool. And seeing Owen in action, that's kind of cool. And then we reveal, like, oh shit, Helen Mirren is their mom. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And oh wait, so actually Deckard didn't die because it was all part of Dom's master plan that he had. Let's talk about that master plan.
That was dumb.
Let's talk about how he recruited the guy
suddenly,
that he raised in Cuba.
Why does the movie turn into Ocean's 11 all of a sudden? Oh shit! This is how we really did it. See, I had a plan from the beginning. I'm like, wait a minute. If you knew this was gonna happen at some point already, why didn't you fucking tell anybody? I'm sorry, you had the chance multiple times, and you didn't tell anybody in your crew. Seriously,
It's so dumb. I love. It's so convoluted and so stupid because like, all right, he recruits this guy from Cuba, the guy he raped, the guy he just met. By the way,
that was dumb. I
He's
was like,
trusting
oh.
you. I mean, why don't you trust your own fucking cousin to be part of this plan?
And then your boys are in the middle of all this, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean,
the scene where they come back, I was like,
that was kind of cool. I was like, I like seeing them.
I'm happy to see them, but I'm like, they gave them nothing to do other than one-off joke. Remember, we're arguing. Okay, because distinctly, in my brain, for some reason, I'm having a Mandela effect where I thought they were like out there on the ice fishing. I swore to God, I imagined this in my mind or something.
I thought they were in the garbage truck, but I was like, oh wait, that's in Fast 5.
Because now I'm like, did I just forget this movie? Because I'm like, this is not the scene I remember them in.
Yeah, I don't remember them dressed as FBI agents. I'm like, whoa, what? I don't remember this. Like, okay, like that's cool. See them, dressed differently instead of just garbage people, cleaning people. And
I'm like, okay, well, they're probably not going to come back for the next movie, are they? Nope, right. Not confirmed. Okay.
I mean, apparently Henry did say that Leo's coming back for Fast 9. I don't know how and what capacity. Apparently he's coming back. Donald Mark's coming back, so we'll see if that's gonna work. But I love how he just trusts this guy who he just raced in Cuba. Was like, all right, can I trust you to help me in this big master plan that I have instead of my own flesh and blood? Which I get it. His cousin is not that he's not that experienced, maybe. But I was like,
but this racer is okay.
Yeah, but I'll trust this nameless racer guy.
At this point, I trust Iggy Azalea over this guy.
Right? Like, why do you trust this one guy? Like, oh, because he has my respect. I give him my respect. It's so
like really.
It's so stupid. I also love
all right there, George Clooney. All right there, calm down.
Right. Also, by the way, I love how Jason Statham becomes basically Vin Diesel's the pacifier in that plane for a bit.
Maybe that was a wink. I don't know.
No, I was like, oh, remember that famous big movie from 2004?
But that movie kind of sucks. That movie kind of sucks, man.
I haven't seen it in a long
That's another conversation for another day, man.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But I was like,
that movie's a little problematic now. There's some weird things about that movie, man. Like, for some reason, there's Nazis in symbolization in that movie. Oh, you don't remember this? You don't remember that?
No.
We gotta talk about that movie sometime.
Yeah, we gotta review this movie. Holy shit! But also, it's so dumb how Dom makes a truck shoot the missiles to all the enemy cars. He's like, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. Of course. And then Hobbs pushes a missile with his hand. Just pushes it. He's like,
oh yeah, they're preparing us for the next film right there. They're like, oh, you could do that? Which is you can't do that. That thing is weighted. You cannot do that. That's not how that works. It doesn't affect
his truck, by the way. It doesn't affect his truck. The explosion. I was like, oh, okay. And then there's this Avengers moment where like Dom's like, oh shit, am I gonna die today? And then all the cars surround him like,
okay, we know he's not gonna die.
Right?
If he can survive a fucking plane in 6, he can survive anything. But I love how like not just Dom, everybody else is in this scenario. They're fine. This is fire. They're good.
They surround him like, get the fuck, dude. Doesn't matter how much you surround him. The explosion should have still consumed him because it like goes over him but doesn't go on him. Like, get out.
The power of family.
The power of family. I was like, I remember seeing it in the theater. Like, at this point, I was like, fuck this movie. This is too much for me. This is too dumb. I'm like, get out of here.
That was your limit. You're like 90% of the way done. You're like, nope.
No. I was like, nah, man. And then it gets worse when they reveal it. Oh wait, Dom's Roastery had a tracker the whole time in the whole franchise. He had a tracker in the roastery, and they even did a close-up, dramatic zoom on the tracker. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That was where I was like, no, you can't cheat and do that. You don't reveal that to us later and be like,
Love
you
it.
see, that was in there. We
That
took
was
this stud out, and it's a tracker now.
And Cypher's like, oh, Don's always prepared, huh? Get out of here. Get out of here. No. And then I forgot that, oh shit, Cypher escapes in this movie. And I remember
That was I was like, oh, they're just doing a cheap way to maybe bring her back.
yeah, I don't remember when she escaped. I was like, don't tell she's coming back. I don't need her back. And she is.
I'm like, they probably contracted her to be in the sequel, didn't they?
I don't know why she.
Ah!
I don't need her back. At least she cut her hair though, so it's different.
I was like, oh, okay.
That's good. But I don't need her back. I don't need her back, dude. I don't want her back in this franchise. So,
But come on, man, Rockets, Ejectocito. Come on, man.
God damn. It's like she escaped. I'm like, why? Why? So whatever. And then, I mean, I also remember thinking, like, is Brian gonna show up somehow? Because they're in the barbecue scene, and the lady was like, "Don't worry about it, Dom. He's coming." I was like, "Wait, you're gonna show up Paul Walker now? What? This is weird." But no, she meant Decker. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But I also love how, I mean, this comes out of nowhere. But since when did Roman and Tej have this feud of like, oh, Ramsey likes me better, Ramsey likes me better? I'm like,
What wasn't that a thing from the last movie?
that was something in the last movie. But
They kind of started that.
I mean,
they
were
like
that, but
they were teasing it. They were like,
but after the initial,
which one do you want?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just forgot. Maybe they
forgot because
they forgot.
Dude, since 7, even after that, Tej and Ramsey were together the whole time. They're always driving together. They're always hacking together. They're together all the time. So this idea of like, oh shit,
see, they gotta have a conflict. They gotta have
a conflict. So who are you gonna choose? I'm like,
but again, you expect consistency in the plot.
No, I was like, this is stupid. So it's just so.
When you find out my last name, you'll get this.
Oh yeah, what's my last name? I was like, oh yeah, what is her last name? We never find out. What's her last name?
It's O'Connor.
It's O'Connor.
We're related. I'm adopted.
Dude, do you imagine that she's like an O'Connor or she's a Toretto that they never knew?
Oh,
I was undercover the whole time. I'm like John Cena, Tom. I'm pissed off. You forgot about me. I'm your sister. I'm like, oh, shit.
I would pay to see money at John Cena in a wig.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, Dom? How you doing? I'm manly.
I'm a Toretto too. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know. Maybe that's the long con that we never expect in this franchise. Predictions right now. Write them down.
John Cena's in a wig the whole time.
John Cena's in a wig, and Ramsey's his sister. But also, Hobbs is retiring apparently. He's like, oh shit, he's retiring? That doesn't last long.
Again, they end the movie like it's over. They're like,
right,
it's a barbecue. Here again, it's like, oh, so I guess we're done. Barbecue.
Decker's cool with buddy, and everybody's cool with Decker because they're together. And even in the speech, he's sitting there drinking his Coronas or whatever. I'm like, are we accepting this? This is,
I guess,
this is weird. Okay, and also, all right. Obviously, we revealed the name of the baby. It's Brian, of course. Who did not expect this?
Boo.
But we'll say this is the one scene. It still got me, man. It still got me when he was like, "Meet Brian." Everybody's like, "Yay!" I was like, "Don't do this to me, movie. Come on, no."
See that? No, they're cheating because it got me too. I was like, they're cheating. They're putting a kid in front of you so you don't feel like a monster and you start crying because you're like,
I was like,
oh, it's a family message.
And then I remember Paul Walker's like, "Oh, don't do this. Don't do this."
No, they cheated. They cheated.
Yeah, they cheated so bad.
It's cheap. It gets you, but it's cheap. They're cheating.
It's like, oh man. All right, you got me. That's what it is.
I can't imagine that was in the initial script when Paul Walker was still here. I can't imagine that.
Oh no! If I were like,
no way,
you gotta do this for Paul Walker. Like, all right. I'll let it go. I'll let it slide. And then Dom promises Elena to keep your son safe. But again, what about Vince's son?
Womp womp. Wow.
And then, all right,
Suddenly he's gonna become a father. I love
right?
him.
Well, movie. But this
That's
is
when
the
I love
question
you.
that I want to ask you now. Are you after this movie? Forget about what you thought. Are you excited to see a Hobbs and Shaw movie after you saw this movie now? Are you pumped up to see it? I'm interested in it, but I'm not excited about it. I remember when they announced the movie, I was like, "Oh shit, Hobbs and Shaw gonna have a spinoff." That they had a good chemistry in the movie. Fuck yeah, let's go see this. And
Movie?
yeah,
Nope. I dread every thought of going to watch this movie. Thanks, HBO Max, for actually having this one.
yay! HBO Max always helping us out. But
Am I intrigued to see them banter back and forth? Not really.
yeah,
No.
it's just I don't know. I'm eager to see. But I remember when they announced the spinoff, I'm like, oh shit, I'd like seeing.
Oh, back then I was like,
I'm like, this is
sure,
a good idea.
cool.
It's like cool
Ryan
idea.
Reynolds is involved. Ooh, okay.
Like, ooh, and the dude from John Wick is directing this movie. Like, awesome. I'm like, I'm in.
I forget he did that.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. But
Thanks for the reminder.
hopefully, when we revisit the movie, it's a lot better than what I remember, of what we remember. Because
I remember being okay with it and accepting it, and then I was like, just like I walked out of this one. This movie kind of sucks. No,
so, yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. Yeah.
Also, the timeline. What's the timeline of this movie? Are we in 2015?
Who cares?
We don't fucking know.
End it with G-Eazy and Kalani. Just
Right.
raise up,
Like-
pepper on my day ones. It meant nothing as to the hate. That song was really good. I was like, oh, that's a good outro song. I'm like, shit.
It's a good song. I liked it. And female characters are better in this movie. They're actually the best.
They don't get a lot to do, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're better, sure. I'll give them that.
That's what it is. And the soundtrack. This is slaps. Or
Oh, so good.
so good.
The best part of this fucking movie is the music was actually fucking good.
Who's the soundtrack? Who's in the soundtrack? Who's in the soundtrack?
I mean, we got P&B Rock, we got G-Eazy,
Oh,
we even got a Post Malone song they hit in the credits. They hit in the credits. They were like, they even got that one like Quavo and Travis Scott song, "One More Ride, One More Race, We Go All the."
Oh yeah,
they were hiding.
I heard Travis Scott in this movie. Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, they save it for the credits, but yeah, they made a big deal out of that song when it came out because like they produced this like highly visual music video, and it was like, ooh, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. That got me hyped for the movie because I was like, ooh, oh, they got Quavo from Migos involved here, and they got Travis Scott. I'm like, oh, okay,
oh shit,
all right. And then I'm like, it's not in the movie. Okay, you just couldn't put Travis in the movie, could you? You just couldn't do it. You couldn't find a way.
No, sir. But the soundtrack, I think it's not the best soundtrack of the franchise.
Is it the best? Oh, absolutely not.
No, but
it's good though. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm just looking at it here. Little Uzi.
fuck Camila Cabello. They're like, no, we're not gonna put her in the movie though. They even, oddly enough, have the Spanish version too. They have the version with English in it in Spanish, which is interesting. Is the Spanish version of that song we hear at the beginning was more popular than the actual English one.
It's a good song. I remember the little bit that I heard was like, oh, it's a good song. I mean, Little Yachty's in this movie too.
Yeah, I don't. They hide that in the credits. I didn't care for that song.
And they got Two Shines. He's in the movie too. He's
from Seven. Remember, he was in Seven. Remember, he was at that Wiz Khalifa song. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's Six. That's true. They had to bring him back.
So for me, I'm not the biggest hip hop fan.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm a hip hop guy, so I like a majority of it.
So it's fine for me. It's good to listen in the movies. Like, oh, this song's nice. Oh, this song is cool to hear. But I don't. I will say it does slap than misses for me. So I will say
I think there's a lot more slaps for sure.
Yeah,
there's a couple of songs where I'm like, I didn't care for Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Back then, I didn't care. I don't care for him now.
I don't care about him now.
I like Rico Nasty on the song, but I don't give a shit for. I don't give a shit for him.
But the soundtrack, it's For me, it's fine. I don't know for you. You
No, it's mostly slaps. I mean,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's service.
you know,
It's serviceable, I guess. It's good. It's a fast.
it's the only one that's not censored on streaming services. So
That's
if you want to
true.
go download it, it's all there.
Yeah, it's all there. So like, okay, good to know that they don't take out the best songs out of the
They're
playlist.
like, oh yeah.
So that's good.
I think this is right around the time where like they were like, okay, so we're gonna start licensing these songs for the movie specifically right now.
Okay.
Because back in the day, they didn't do that. Some of them, like obviously the Ludacris song was for Too Fast, Too Furious, but yeah, we could be sitting here all day talking about licensing and music and movies and yada yada yada.
At least for now, it seems like they got it under control. I guess if they had a little.
I mean, yeah, the next soundtrack looks pretty cool actually. So yeah,
I don't remember much of it. I only like maybe 3 songs in the next playlist, but hopefully the soundtrack, the official soundtrack, it's better than the mixtape.
oh, the mixed.
Yeah, mixtape.
Nah,
We'll
I'm
talk
not
about it when we
interested.
get to that movie. But dude, for this week, for the ranking of the villains, this is interesting. This is an interesting one. I just
It's easy for me.
oh yeah, I changed it up a little bit because I was like, is Decker still my number one? Because last week I said Decker was my number one, but this week I was struggling. I was like, wait a minute, I love DK. That I really liked him because of the humanizing aspect, but I still think Deckard is number one before he's the hero. You know, he's a good villain. DK's number two. Owen's number three. Braga is number four. Reyes, I was like, okay, Reyes, is he better than Verone? I was like, I think so because although he's very forgettable and he's just not in it that much, I do think he's less ridiculous than Verone. Verone's more memorable, but Verone is just what the hell is that? What the hell's up with that guy? I guess Reyes is still number 6, and number 5, and I think number 6 is Verone. But number 7, this is where things are interesting.
Uh-oh.
Is Johnny Tran. And I'll tell you why. And I said it early in the episode.
Our list isn't sounding so different so far.
Because Johnny Tran, I think he's more memorable. I think the actor is great. I really liked him in the movie. He's very one note, but he is more memorable and he's more threatening than my last one, which number 8 is Cypher. I really, like I said, I don't like Cypher. She's very boring. She's very annoying. She's dumb. She's smart, I guess, in some ways, but she is just bad. I don't really like her. And then they're going to bring her back. So to tell you how I really like her, I'm not excited to have her in the next movie. So
yeah, now it's like, oh, do I put her back up or down? Well,
it's like, oh, gosh.
now that complicates things, doesn't it? Now it's like,
yeah, I don't know. So maybe she's better in the next movie. Hopefully. That's what I hope.
hopefully.
But right now, I don't. She's my least favorite villain of the whole franchise.
Wow, our list. I'm going to go through my list to see if it's any different. But yeah, Deckard Shaw, number 1. It's great performance in the 7th movie. DK at number 2. I mean, I love me my DK. I mean, I love Tokyo Drift. So yeah. We got Braga at number 3, even though Fast and Furious is not my favorite. Still in the number 3 spot. Number 4, we got Owen Shaw. You know, he's good, but not great. Not quite as good as his brother. You know, we got Rez because at number 5, Rez. Hernan. Oh my God, Jesus. Hernan. God, that's really his name.
I don't remember his first name.
Yeah, that's right. They mostly say Rez.
Rez. When they do mention his name.
Why he's at number 5, obviously, as I said last time, is okay. Well, he's a villainous presence. It's like, oh, everybody's all worried about him. He's a villain. He's a villain. Number 6, we got Carter Verone. Now, why he's lower on the list, like I said last week, is he gets a little cartoony. He's a little silly. That movie's a little silly, anyways. Too Fast, Too Furious is a little silly, but he's not the worst villain out of the series. I definitely for that bucket scene, I was like, whoa,
of course, iconic.
Because I would have, Jesus Christ, I was not expecting that. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh wow, Tyrese is funny in this movie. Like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. I'm having a fun time. Oh my God, what the fuck just happened? Number 7 is obviously our boy that was our number 7 last week. Is still at number 7. I'm gonna tell you why he's above Cypher. For me, I gave a shit about Johnny Train a little bit. He's at least the actor was trying. Sorry, Cypher, you are on my bottom number 8 because you fucking sucked. You were sorry, Charlize Theron, or however you say your name. I'm sorry, you just weren't putting in an effort. I don't care about you.
No, man, her character is. I was thinking before I saw this movie, like, oh, she might be a little bit higher, maybe like lower than 5.
Wrong.
No, the least favorite one. Like, that's just.
Yeah,
like,
she's just not a good performance.
Man, they could have brought anyone back. They could have brought Johnny Tramp back in Fast 9. They got to bring Cypher back. Come on, I don't want to see this shit.
Come on, man. But she's cutting her hair. She's changing.
Oh God, please! I mean, use her talents way more better in this movie, please. Please make her.
Maybe it was the hair.
God,
maybe that's what it cost.
Maybe. Oh God, I'm not excited for her coming back, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm just don't like her. I don't like her. So that's what we think of Cypher. She's the least favorite one so far. Will the next one? Will she still be in the bottom? Stay tuned next week. We'll see.
I don't know. We gotta see if. Well, no, we got to see if Hobbs and Shaw.
Exactly. We gotta see. Is Elba? Idris Elba better?
Idris,
Black
or
Superman.
as he calls himself in the movie,
Black
Superman.
We'll see how that works.
I just want to call him that. I'm like, damn, that sounds badass. Actually, when you say it out loud,
yeah. Black Superman. So we'll see. We'll see if it changes. But to give our final thoughts and our rankings of the movies, first I'm gonna read a little bit here of Henry's review because we gotta.
Okay. All right.
He did say that Fast 8. He says it's a mixed bag of a movie. Kind of agree, maybe. He confirms this theory that Hobbs and Shaw, the odd number movies, are better. Kind of agree. I gotta agree there. The odd movies are better because this, it's not that good. He says he liked the beginning of the movie in Cuba. He says it's corny, but he likes it. He says once Charlize Theron's is with her struggle locks, as he names it. That's a good one. Struggle locks. He says that when Don goes rogue, the movie starts to flop for him. He says it's bad. He says it starts to go bad. Kind of, we're in the same boat right there. He says he doesn't like the teen goes rogue trope. I kind of disagree there. I kind of, if it's done well, it's good, but it's not the best cliche in movies. I don't. It's not something that I love. I'm like, oh, he's rogue now. I don't like it. It could have been cool for this movie, but no. But he says that he doesn't believe Dom is unstoppable. that his family could slow him down. True. The story becomes stupid with the EMP stuff. If an electronic gets hit with EMP, then it will stop working. Period. Full stop. I guess so. I guess I kind of agree with him. He says most of the time it needs to be prepared. Neither does the remote control. He says you need hardwire to hack the car. Oh, with the zombie car stuff, he doesn't need to hardwire the cars. That's true. You also need. You can't control them without Wi-Fi in their computers. That's true. Despite everyone overlooking Han's murder, he likes Deckard Shaw. He says he might be biased because he likes trashy Jason Statham movies. I guess in his opinion, this is a trashy movie. He says my favorite British person is Jason Statham. Wrestling fight is cool. And he says, even though this movie's stupid, I do like the final chase action scene. I guess he's the only one on this because we agree that we don't really like this action sequence in the finale. They said some of the CGI is dodgy. And also does not forget. Oh, that's fucked up. He says, let's not forget the great value Paul Walker, aka Mr. Little Nobody. Like, oh, come on, man. Come on, Henry. Don't call him like don't do our boy Scott Eastwood like that.
He's not wrong.
Oh, come on. It's kind of like I mentioned. It's like
Henry's being nice. He's the Dollar Tree version.
The Dollar Tree is like they were trying to put him as Paul Walker in this movie. They're like, yeah, well, give him.
They're like, my dad was Clint Eastwood, so I can replace Paul Walker, right?
Like, he's handsome. Well,
I mean, yeah, but like,
and he's
not as
white.
handsome as Paul Walker in those dreadlocks, man. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, we'll give him that. He's Paul Walker in this movie, and he says that I like Ramsey is fine in the movie. He says that he likes that she called out Tenzin Roman for not knowing her last name, despite it being a last year between.
Despite the fact that she gets completely pushed to the side and
right in this
doesn't
movie,
have a character arc at all in this
Right.
movie.
And for him, as we all agree, Mr. Nobody is cool. I mean, we cannot ever disagree.
I mean, yeah, he better. It's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, and he says the other characters are fine. They still need to write Roman's character better. I agree. And he says, why does it have to be the butt of the made jokes? And I agree with that. I think we all agree with that. So he gets the movie. Oh, wow. I did not expect this score of 5.5 out of 10. That's a little bit low for me. Maybe 5.5 is a little bit low. But okay, I do not disagree. So he sets that for the rankings. He will flip some of the spots. His current rankings are 7 is no 1, 5, 1. 3 is number 4, which is oh shit. 6. He says it's on tie with 8. I don't know. And then 4, and then 2 as the last spot. Which is like, okay, I know you would kind of have some issues with that.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Controversy.
2 is his last one. So it's not a bad list. And I'm in the same boat with Henry as my final thoughts. I think it's good. It's a good movie for the most part. I didn't dislike it like I used to. I used to hate this movie, but I don't hate it anymore. I don't dislike it as much as I used to anymore. I still, there's some issues with like everybody being cool with Shaw. Dom's storyline, I just don't care about the story. I really don't care about the story. Cypher, I don't like I said. Can be fun. Actually, if you think about it, this movie doesn't have a lot of action. Let's not forget, there's not a lot of action. Like,
Yeah, it has a lot more.
it's just like the prison sequence, New York.
I mean, let's quit being nice. This
That's
movie
it.
was not worth my time to
No.
rent for $4.
Oh no, dude, you rented
No,
that.
renting this at Redbox for $1.80 was the
not.
complete right decision that I made.
Man, it's not worth it. I'm glad you did not waste $4 for this movie. And it's just for me. I mean, so the characters for the most part work. Like Tej is cool, Ramsey's good. I like Letty. Roman's a little better, but I don't know. It's just for me. This is more. This is almost like run of the mill. It doesn't really change the formula. Really, it's just like this is a standard action movie.
It's like Mission Impossible, but just
yeah.
if they didn't write the movie good at all.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a typical action movie. Like,
And I mean,
we're gonna change it up a little bit.
There's a plethora of Mission Impossible movies that you can just watch instead that are actually better and more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just more like 7. I like 7, but 7 is just standard. You know, it's just like
Yeah, 7 is like, oh,
like
at least we have a good plot going. Yeah, it's stupid, but at least it's like terrible.
At least I'm sorry. I meant to say like MI7. It's like MI7 is like it's a good movie, but it's like a standard action movie. It's not anything like it was so memorable and oh my god, this movie's great. You know, it's. I mean, it's a great movie. I was just saying like it's almost akin to that kind of spirit of those movies. Like it's a good action movie, but it's just nothing memorable. Even sub stuff. I'm like, who cares about the submarine shit? Is the only memorable part, but nobody cares about that really. So it's enjoyable to watch, but again, it has the same issue they have for 6. It tries to have this tone of like, oh, it's a fun action movie, but it's also dark.
I watched the movie.
Gritty. It's like it's dark and gritty. Like
so they tried to go with that, and it was like
it just doesn't work. Just give me more fun.
Maybe if they went all the way with it, it would have worked, but they didn't go all the way with it.
This is overall, it's just this movie's just okay. Like, and it's just not anything that good. It's not anything that bad. It's okay. But I will say right now, I don't want to watch this movie again. It's here. It's done.
Good. You're making the smartest decision in your life.
I'm like, it's like this movie's here and we're done. I don't want this movie again. I didn't hate it. I just don't like this movie. So I
won't be so nice.
I will give it a 6 out of 10. I will give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, you are being nicer than I will be.
I mean, we'll say Ed for the ranking. This week is different. I changed some stuff just like Henry did because 7 is 1, then 5, 3, still love that movie. 1, 2 is number 5. I actually, thinking about it now, it's still not a very good movie, but 2 is very fun. It's very enjoyable. Tyrese Gibson's a lot better in that movie. Jesus Christ, he's a lot better. And it's just a lot of fun. Carter Verrell is cheesy, he's cartoony, but I love him. He's stupid. And it's just a fun movie. So number 5 is number 2. Number 6 is Fast 8, Fate of the Furious. That's where I'm like,
our list is not looking the same anymore.
So it's like it's better than these last 2 movies because Fast 6 is my number 7, and I'm sorry, it's just thinking about it now, that movie's not good. Just thinking about it now, that movie sucks. That movie sucks. I'm sorry. That movie, man, just thinking about it now, I just having more bad memories than good memories. That movie's just stupid. So I just don't really like that movie. And number 8 is Fast 4, Fast and Furious. I have to, yeah, it's the worst one. It's logically the worst one of the franchise. So that's my ranking. I'm on your boat right now. I was like, you know what? Andy was never wrong.
You have joined the dark side, my son.
Fast 4 sucks. So that's my ranking as of right now. We'll see where Hobbs and Shaw will.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see.
So,
what are your thoughts on this movie and ranking? What is it?
that's what this movie gets from me. Fuck you, movie. I tried to give this movie a fair chance. I was having a fun time at the race. I was like, oh, okay, a stroll down memory lane. I'm having fun. Then I'm like, oh, after the prison scene, the pacing in this movie is awful. It is a slug to get through. You think, oh, you're going to get through 2 hours? Just fine, right? No, something went wrong with this movie, man, because the pacing in this film is terrible, and it is an awful viewing experience just to sit through this movie, man. Dude, you're being nice with your score. I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 10. It was not enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, that's the lowest score you've given to any of these movies.
This movie was terrible and a waste of my time. I'm glad I didn't spend $4 on it. Because you know what?
Wow.
This wasn't even worth $1.80.
No.
It wasn't even worth the experience.
Holy shit.
The only reason I'm not going to give this a 2 or a 1 is because there's some things enjoyable about it.
Mm-hmm.
Some things, like Jason Statham's fucking plane scene is kind of quirky and funny. Yeah. The prison scene is good. The race is good. Beyond that, I hated this fucking movie with every fiber of my body.
Damn. Shit.
So that makes Fast, the Fate of the Furious, number 8 on my list.
Oh,
at the bottom. Yeah. I am putting this below Fast and Furious. You know why I'm doing that?
Why?
Because at least that movie was more coherent than this movie. Yeah, and at least I gave a shit about the villain at all.
True.
That doesn't mean I liked the movie. I'm not going to go back to that movie either. But there was something else that I actually liked over this movie.
Damn.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Oh no, wait, I'm ahead of myself. Hold on, no. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the top. All right, let's start positive. Okay. Number 1, Furious 7.
Okay.
Obviously, I got nostalgia for it. It's a good old little flick. I enjoy the soundtrack. It's a good movie. I liked it. It's my personal favorite out of where we're at right now. Obviously, 2 is Fast 5. You know, it's a good movie. I loved it. I'm a little ashamed that I did not watch it before. I'm like, damn, this movie was fucking good. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
3.
Yeah, it is.
We got to have that Tokyo Drift, man. You know.
Oh yeah.
I got the Pharrell produced soundtrack. You got the Teriyaki Boys with that intro song, Tokyo, man. That song is awesome.
The best song.
But man, it is some of the best driving in this franchise, though. But obviously, I got to put those other movies above it. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got 4, Too Fast, Too Furious. I know you guys might not be your favorite. I personally had a fun time with it. I know I didn't give it a high rating. I didn't give it a high rating.
I know. It's only a spot lower than Ford's. I mean, sorry, than number 4 spots.
I was like, damn,
it's
you hated that movie that much, huh?
It's my number 5 spot. So it's like I always like this movie. It's just like I'm like, you know what, this is actually good. Better.
The last movie that I'm even positive on. No, wait, that's not true. I'm sorry. The Fast and the Furious at number 5.
Yes.
It's nostalgic, it's fun, but it's not as good as the other movies objectively to me. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to it. I might not. Yeah, the soundtrack's okay. I can't forgive them for Limp Bizkit and Ja Rule. Sorry, not sorry.
Right. It's just memorable movies.
You know, it's got some moments though. It's got some moments. Not the best writing for Letty. No,
it's a good time capsule of the early 2000s for sure.
Oh, for sure. DVDs, remember? And then we got at number 6, ironically, Fast and Furious 6. While this movie does have some good action going on and it's well shot and all that, yada, it's going a little bit lower on the list, but above the Fate of the Furious, above Fast and Furious, because objectively it is just a better movie than those movies. And personally, I don't know if I'm going to go back to that movie. That's why it's lower on the list. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to it. Yeah, I might go back to the soundtrack here and there. I don't think I'll go to the movie. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Paul Walker in the movie, but yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just that movie.
And obviously, 7 is Fast and Furious.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Fate is number 8, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to be fair, and I'm not the only one. I was like thinking I'm going crazy, like just I can't be the only one who thinks this movie sucks. I immediately go to IMDb. Yep, not the only one.
No,
tons of ones on there now. Tons of ones on there lately.
People don't like this movie. They're like, wow, I'm surprised. I thought, like I said, I thought it was
because this movie has a 72% user score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
That's higher than the critics rating. That blew my mind when I read it. I was like, damn, people actually like this movie?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Like, it's not.
I mean, yeah, I'll say this. If you want to watch a movie and you don't want to think about it and you want something dumb, sure, go by all means, go ahead and watch this movie. But if you're saying like me and Sebastian here, don't fucking watch this movie.
No, man, because like
it's not necessary.
It's just this movie. Like I said, it's kind of good. It's just like it's not as fun.
In pieces, there's semblances of a good movie here. It seems like they weren't given creative freedom to make that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still enjoyable. I liked it this time around. I was like, you know what? I think it's pretty good. It's not that good, but
he's being nice, folks.
It's not as fun because like the movie takes a halt with like the Dominic Toretto scenes. Like, oh, I don't care about this shit, dude. Like we're taking this long talking about
find him
like Dominic Cypher, like Jesus. So like if you take that shit out, maybe it's a better movie. You shut your brain off and watch this movie, but it's like, oh, I can't because these things are in the way. I can't. It's like they're in the way. I can't. It's taking too much of the movie. So I was like, fuck. So I don't know. For me, it's, the worst one is still Fast and Furious.
I know. At least he's seen the light now. That movie sucks.
But, hopefully the movies are getting better after this one.
I highly doubt it, but I've lost hope.
We'll see.
Lost hope.
Lost hope. The first spinoff is Hobbs and Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. The universe is expanding now. We're meeting people.
We're expanding to having Idris Elba as the
Idris Elba. This franchise, like, oh shit, it has to be good.
It's a name, right? Yeah, I don't remember his name. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember it.
Yeah, me either. Hopefully in the movie they mention his movie. I hope they mention his name.
Because I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna call him Black Superman because that's what it says in the trailer.
Hey, I don't know. If he's in the movie, it has to be good, right? So we'll see. It's directed by John Wick, guys. It has to be good.
And I mean, Idris
We'll
Elba's
see.
rapping in the credits. It must be good.
That's true. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. So stay tuned next week. We're finally getting to Fast 9. It's been
Man.
this franchise.
Yeah, fascinating. Come back to the theaters. We
Hopefully-
love you, theaters. Now you make money for us.
Hopefully that movie is a little shorter than this podcast, but bro, because we went long.
Yeah, I was like,
Bro. We
dude,
went
this is
long.
just as long as this movie we were watching.
This is longer than this movie. So we had a lot to say. Apparently, I didn't think we had a lot to say, but we had,
Evidently, we did. We were here for a long time.
evidently we had a lot to say. So hopefully next week is we don't have as much to say about the show, or maybe we do. Maybe
I don't know. Maybe we'll trash it. Maybe we
so
love
stay
it.
tuned for that. But please, Andy, anything to plug? Social medias.
You know me, man. Andrew Stittle Podcast, Andrew Stittle Facebook, Andrew Stittle YouTube, Steady Medley on Facebook. All the good stuff. Go and find me, people. Go find me. Go find all that stuff.
Him. Go find him. And Henry's still on a mission, Mr. Nobody. So
I know.
Not want to be tracked. So don't follow him. He will hopefully be back next week. We'll see if it works out. We'll see. So stay tuned for that. So yes, next week it's Hobbs and Shaw. So if you like this video, you like this podcast, please give it a like, share, subscribe, support Andy's stuff, and yeah. We're almost there. We're almost there to the finish line.
I know.
Shot next week, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for that. My name is Sebastián Sierra. His name is Andrew Stittle. You seguir aquí hablando shit. Family.